Hello and welcome back, all you wonderful Tubi-dizers, to another episode of Star Wars: Edge of the Empire. I'm your host, Eddie Tarzan. With us, we have the cast of Core Atlas / Grisard Gandy Safari Services working together to create this wonderful story that we have going so far. With that, let's go ahead and get a quick cast introduction, starting with Archie.
Yes, hello everyone. Happy to be back. My name is Jay. You can find me as @JasonV131 on TikTok. And yes, I will be playing Archie, your lovable Wookiee, marauder, mercenary, bodyguard, all that fun stuff. And at least this time he's not got a vibro axe to grind on a cramped ship.
Yeah, I like it. All right, up next, Mr. Darkellen.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric. I'm playing Darkellen, the troublemaker of the group. Say it lightly. But seems we went through the last one without too much trouble, so let's see what kind of trouble we can get into next. Looking forward to playing again with you guys today.
Awesome. Love it. Great introduction. And following us up with, at the end there, Rawl from Core Atlas.
Hello, everyone. Once again, I am the illustrious Rawl, a.k.a. Son of a Ghost on TikTok and other social media. Yeah, please give me a follow, a like, and a share. Hey, I'm just here to have a good time, okay? We escaped the planet just by the skin of our teeth, and we're vibing. So I'm
evaded Imperial apprehension by the skin of your teeth. It was great. Yeah, that's the cast of Core Atlas. We have various others that can occasionally make their appearances throughout the campaign. So be on the lookout for those guest spots. That being said, let's do a quick little recap of what just transpired, because a lot just happened in just a short period of time. The crew had successfully managed to persuade the survivors of the Sanal, or a separatist ship that was manned by both human survivors and droids. The survivors had survived on the planet of Chilgana, that is roughly uninhabited due to its hostile nature and hostile vegetation. These people had survived on this planet for about 20 years. With the arrival of Core Atlas and Grisard Gandy's Safari Services, they immediately intercepted the new arrivals and began interrogating them to find out their intentions and whether or not they needed to be dealt with. After a series of social engagements, proving their worth to the survivors, the crew managed to win over the trust of the survivors, and much to the dismay of the captain, his trust as well. Only for it to be very compromised in a very quick, soon after, with the arrival of a elite force of ISB agents of sorts. They arrive on the ship known as the Deep Dark, a quick reaction force scouting team, or unit, I should say, that arrived in anticipation of meeting resistance and apprehending the survivors and acquiring the ship of the Sanal Or. They met resistance upon their arrival, much to their expectations, with Archie leading the defense. The party's instigator, Darkellen, approached the ISB agent Lears Osnan, who is heading the recovery efforts and the acquisition of the Doctor, who is the lead scientist in cybernetic augmentations, as well as the contents of of what's kept inside of the ship. Dar approached this individual in an attempt to distract and or what was your intentions with that whole interaction, Dar? What were you hoping to get out of that interaction? Let's get a quick little insight into what Dar was thinking in that moment.
I was hoping to buy time for any plans that Archie, Raul, the doctor, and the captain may have come up with.
Okay.
To either pose a counterattack or set up superior defenses.
Okay. And time was bought with this momentary interaction, but when the discussions between Lears and Dar started to look one-sided, Dar made a ditch effort to try and assassinate the agent in a harrowing way. Literally had an entire brigade, not a brigade, but like an entire squad locked in on this individual. Gets a shot off on the agent and wounds him, and manages to evade trained elite forces that were locked in on him with long rifles. Some of them were on swoop bikes. For the life of me, I do not understand. Made it out without a scratch. With
dumb scoundrel luck.
It was the most astounding thing I've ever seen, because every one of them had two maneuvers to aim, which gives them 2 boost die in an attack roll, and every single one that took a shot at Dar missed. It was astounding. But yeah, sheer smuggler's or scoundrel luck. By some miracle, Dar Kellen manages to avoid injury and circumvents direct contact by traversing the exterior perimeter of the tree line to make his way back towards the camp or the retreat. The crew manages to fend off the assault from the Imperials long enough for Grisard to come up with the plan to that's not right, to draw away attention from the survivors by making an early escape by using the Grisard Fang along with Manoy, and it was a successful attempt. Seeing the immediate arrival of the Grisard Fang and the immediate departure, the agent Lears Osnan assumed that the crew had just loaded up the captain and doctor onto the ship and began to break contact to quickly follow and pursue Grisard Fang. What happened with them is unknown, as they managed to make it out of the atmosphere before being finally pursued by the deep dark Corvette ship. Meanwhile, the survivors and Core Atlas and Grisard Gandy Safari Services, with Scuttle in tow, being left behind to protect Archie and Dar, make their way to help ready the survivors to board both the Northwind Chimera and the Night Flyer to begin immediate departure in an attempt to flee the planet. For a little bit, Raul remained planet side to help protect the remaining survivors while the crew fetched another ship to help carry anybody else. The rescue operation was a success and managed to evade by the hair of their teeth Imperial capture as they began their departure from the system of Chol. The Empire had arrived with reinforcements, with 3 ships, Imperial Corvette, a destroyer, and another Corvette. At this time, we are currently in hyperspace, as when upon entry, they were surprised by a stowaway, an elite soldier from the Deep Dark that had stowed upon the Northwind Chimera as a last-ditch effort, safety net kind of mission. Should the Grisard Fang turn out to be a false flag operation. Upon entering hyperspace, this Deep Dark Scout elite trooper made his way towards the cockpit and began to unload on the occupants inside. The one that was targeted was Chav, the crew's pilot and the captain of the Northwind Chimera. The injuries he sustained were severe, so severe that he is now currently losing his right arm, as the Dr. Kratala is currently working on him to remove and save him. This is where our story picks up. Like I said, a lot of information, a lot of things happen in a very short period of time. But as of right now, where we picked up, the thrums of the Northwind Chimera's hyperspace engines reverberate throughout the ship's corridors. The air in the ship still heavy with the scent of plasma and burned flesh, remnants of the events that transpired only moments before. The crew aboard the Northwind Chimera can hear the pained grunts of Chav as Dr. Krutalik works feverishly to stem the bleeding from the Northwind's numerous wounds. Our scene takes place in the medical bay of the ship, where Dr. Kratala is currently drenched in blood up to her elbows as she's painstakingly treats each individual wound, seamlessly stemming the flow of blood, utilizing the various instruments at her disposal, calling for assistance from her medical droid assistant, FX769. FX, I need you to prep the surgical table. I need you to sterilize the bone saw and prep the synth skin for application. I need 50 cc's of Bacta infusions for the damaged tissue, and be prepared for amputation. The FX series droid extends its multiple mandibles as it initiates its multitude of commands simultaneously. A series of injections implemented into the various wound sites upon Chav's torso, applying synth skin to the less damaged tissue to aid in the healing process. Then behind it, it draws up a table laden with instruments, a tray, and begins the sterilization process of these various instruments to include the bone saw, as another arm draws closer to the patient's side, draws the tray closer to the patient's side in preparation for the doctor to begin the amputation process. She begins with drawing up the laser scalpel, carefully cutting away at the various tendons and cartilage, attaching the shoulder to the arm, and begins the removal process. She calls out to FX in this moment as she continues to the process. FX, I need you to find the crew member aboard the ship by the name of Rawl. He has an augmentation that we recovered from the Sonalore. It's of my design. It's a BioNip Laboratories Cybernetic Model 4. Scratch that. BioNip Laboratories Cybernetic Model 6. Hurry. We need to get that applied quickly. The medical droid begins to roll out from the medical bay and begins to scour the ship for Rawl with urgency, chirping and letting out a series of bursts, and as it scans every room before coming to the cockpit where it spots Rawl and Archie cleaning up the carnage from earlier. The droid begins to wheel towards the two faster as it bellows out for their attention.
What? What is it? What is it now? Is Chav all right?
It begins to point at you specifically. You don't understand binary, but Scuttle does. Scuttle does understand binary. As it bellows out these series of commands, Scuttle will then speak up from the cockpit. If I recall correctly, Scuttle was assisting in the cockpit at this time.
Yes, yeah, he's nicely keeping Chav's pilot seat warm away from Dahl.
FX-769 is currently requesting the presence of the crewmate Rawl, as well as the augmentation that was required.
Right. The arm, yes. Right, it's in the cargo hold. Archie, can you take care of all this? He kind of gestures to the gore across the cockpit.
You mean the Dark Trooper that Archie cracked the helmet, ripped the arms off, and cracked in the jet plane? Yeah, I can take care of this.
Right, yeah, just strip his gear and throw the rest out the airlock.
Okay. Just goes and grabs the arms, takes the braces off, takes like all the usable pieces and the utility belt off. And also the modulated heavy repeating blaster that's just now propped up on one of the chairs in the lounge area for Scuttle or Rawl, depending on who wishes to take it. But yeah, he's just like, go, I got this.
Right, yeah. Alright, be right back. Heads over to the cargo hold. Digs for a couple minutes because everything was kind of just thrown haphazardly in there in their escape. Oh, where? Fuck, where is it? What? Here it is. All right. And he grabs it, tucked under his arm, dashes to the medical bay. Doctor, here? Is this what you needed?
Yes, thank you. He's stabilizing. The surgery is going fairly well, but he's losing his arm, and I couldn't think of any other option than just replacing the arm that he's about to lose with the cybernetic one.
Makes the most sense to me. Is it the right fit?
Yeah. My works are universal. All I have to do is just adjust the connection port, make sure that the synapses that connect the arm or the shoulder to the arm are connected properly. I could use an extra set of stable hands while I perform this operation. Are you available for the moment?
Right, you don't have to explain it to me, Doc. Just show me what to do. I'm right here.
All right. First, I need you to sterilize. You're fucking disgusting.
Right. Tries to find like an alcohol bottle.
There's a refresher in the medical bay that you guys can use. So, she points over into the refresher. Make sure you glove up on your way out, and I'll be here. And,
goes in there, washes his fucking hands, and grabs a bottle of alcohol, pours it on his hands, grabs a lighter out, lights it. Oh yeah,
you fucking psychopath.
Hey, this is how they did it in the Black Plague, okay? Fucking
all right.
Wash his hands off again, and then gloves up, goes in there.
All right. There you'll see by this point she has successfully removed the arm entirely, and is set off to the side, out of line of sight should Chev come to consciousness, that would be a very alarming sight to see your own arm just sitting next to you. So it's set off to the side, out of line of sight for him, and begins to line up the arm properly, and sets it in place and looks over at you. I need you to keep it steady in this position while I connect the nerve endings for it to take the arm properly.
Fine, okay. All right. He places his hands where he's directed.
Okay. Before we get to rolling, let's go ahead and, for the day, roll our luck for the day. All right.
Yeah.
Starting off strong.
Dar!
That didn't take you long.
Oh, fuck!
Oh my god.
Starting off strong.
Oh, no!
That's 3 dark.
Uh,
Chav,
Bunch
are
of
you gonna
boys.
die today?
Time to re-roll new characters.
I guess I'll be.
Chav explodes.
I guess I'll be kind and give you guys 2 more chances to get some light side and have. Well, Scuttle's an NPC, so he can't roll. But Chav.
Dr. Control is quite an important. Oh, shit! Oh, no!
Oh no!
You can keep your chances. I don't want.
Oh no!
What did you do?
What is going on?
That is now 5 dark.
Oh no. Oh, no. Last time this happened, the Lost Brothers showed up, if you recall.
What is going on?
Let's not tempt fate, shall we? Thanks.
Oh, what
You
is going to
see what's
happen this
happening?
session?
I don't
What is-
know. I'm scared.
What is
see
going
what's
to happen?
Do you see
Oh
this
my
bullshit?
God.
Do you see this bullshit right now? Yeah. Fuck that.
That's not good. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to roll with it. It's fine. We're fine. Okay. I don't know why I put the table away because we got to fucking roll a medicine check here.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
With your assistance, Dr. Krutala begins to apply this cybernetic. Now that the bleeding has been controlled, I'm going to give her. Oop, that's not it.
Why does it
No.
say that?
What?
That's so many destiny points up there.
Oh, 5.
It's not 5.
Oh, don't change it. Just refresh, because
I did. I just refreshed.
okay.
Now it's just showing 7. I don't know.
There should be only 5. Who's touching buttons?
Yeah, no one's touching
You-
buttons.
There we go. All right, just
Nope.
refresh. I fixed it.
Okay.
Damn it. Hang on.
Yeah, it's now down to 5.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Whew. I was about to say 7.
Quit messing with my tokens, y'all. All right. Okay. So, Dr. Krutal is going to perform a medicine check. She's going to get a boost die from your assistance. By this point, FX769 is kind of a slow rolling droid, but he finally makes his way, so he's going to also assist in this surgical process. This is going to be a hard difficulty. I believe she has something for that, but we'll go ahead and roll it for now and see what we got. Well, there you go. You guys got a triumph in your pocket.
We'll take it.
All
right.
Chav
Oh.
lives another day.
You guys watch
Son of a bitch.
the viewers watch as Dr. Kratala hones in, or you watch her eye cycle through various levels of magnification as she locks in and focuses on this surgical process. A wave of calm washes over her as she begins to practice begins to execute her practice, being the leading expert in cybernetics and cybernetic application. She manages to isolate each nerve ending flawlessly and connects it to the various nodes of this arm. Mind you, this old arm does appear to be old, but the technology of it still seems advanced, despite its aged look. And as she begins connecting these nerve endings and these synapses, you begin to watch as the lower digits of the fingers begin to react to the brain impulses of Chav. Just slight finger twitches here and there. Pinky lifts up for a moment and drops back down. She begins to, once the connections are made, she begins to graft the metal to with a adhesive to the flesh, the exposed flesh of the arm socket, and you watch as this metal arm becomes a permanent part of Chav's entire body.
Raul's just watching the doctor work, like look of just like reserved awe, just like, damn, shit.
There's no break in her stride. The momentum is constantly flowing. She is executing this with flawless precision, and the process. This process would normally take anybody probably a better part of an entire day to pull this off. Krital is doing this in mere hours. First hour goes by, the synapses are all connected. The second hour goes by, the nerve endings connected. Third hour, she begins connecting muscle tissue to the servos of this arm, and we're approaching hour 5, and she begins to permanently adhere this augmentation to the body itself, fusing muscle and machine together. And at the end of the 5th hour, she finally pulls away, taking her hands off of the arm, and takes in a long, deep breath. It's done.
Raul steps up to her side, a glass of water in hand. Oh, good work, Doctor. Probably your finest work yet, I'd imagine.
She graciously takes the water, takes it after removing the gloves, and takes a drink. Thank you. I can't tell you how, honestly, how much how much memories this brings back. I haven't been able to practice my field in some time, at least to this extent.
Well, you didn't break stride, I'll tell you that. That was amazing. That was a miracle, almost.
Your friend's gonna have a lot of adjustment to deal with once he comes back to consciousness.
I reckon he can't fly a ship right like that. Not with his dominant arm missing.
The augmentation I gave him, it will enhance his reflexes, but it will take some time to get used to. You'll notice he'll probably move before he actually thinks it. The arm will almost anticipate his intentions. Yeah, he'll have to be careful.
It's impressive, Doctor.
It's one of my more favorite experiments. I'm sure he'll enjoy it.
Well, if whenever we get to wherever we're going, if we'd like to stay and be our personal fixer up man. He's kind of awkward. He's trying to speak about this. Well,
She
we would love to have you.
she chuckles a little bit. Your offer is generous, but this is much too small for my lifestyle. I couldn't thrive here. I need a laboratory to work my craft, and I'm not one much for travel.
Well, I will say this. We do go to some strange planets all the time, experiencing new technology around the galaxies. We are in the market to get a different ship. So, I mean, you would have first pick. Nice one with the laboratory.
I think I've had my fair share of space travel after surviving the crash landing of the Sana Aloha. Again, your offer is generous, but I would be much happier planet side than traveling amongst the stars. But these technologies that you speak of, you'd be more than welcome to stop by my lab and bring me these technologies that I can experiment with and implement into my various augmentations.
All right. You'll have to send me your address as soon as you find it.
Speaking of which, where are we going? Do we have an intended destination?
Right. Well, at the moment, we were, after this job, supposed to be headed to Raxus Prime. Have you heard of it?
Yes, I've seen it mentioned a few times in the archives. What about it?
It was more Chav's deal, but we're supposed to be finding some kind of helm, some sort. Not sure what exactly that entails, but hopefully there's money in it, I suppose, or some historical value, I suppose. I don't know.
Well, I wish you luck with that venture.
Well, after this one, I'd definitely rather have a vacation, but the journey is ever on.
Well, I'm going to have FX continue monitoring Chav while he recuperates. He should be fine for the next few hours. He'll need re-administering antibiotics to help prevent any infections, and some supplements to help him take to the new augmentation. But he's in good care with FX. For the time being,
yeah.
I could use some rest.
Definitely, yes, of course. There, I have my hammock back in the cargo hold. I'm sure that it'd be of use to you if you'd like.
Sounds nice. Thank you. And with that, she begins. There's like a hesitation at first, but she then departs the medical bay and makes her way kind of aimlessly in a direction because she doesn't know exactly where the hangar bay is. But she wanders around a bit before getting her bearings, and then finds her way into the hangar where the hammock you mentioned is located. Meanwhile, at the front of the ship, or the cockpit, Archie, what are we up to?
He's just thrown this mangled body out the airlock after removing everything that was usable. And then going back to the cockpit after washing his hands from, partial blood and and whatnot.
I would say you'd probably prep it because you guys are in hyperspace. The opening up
Yeah.
any doors while in hyperspace is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, it's the prep of like putting it where the airlock is, like the in between doors. So it's like once we get out of hyperspace, it's just jettison and then
Yeah.
doing stuff. But it's like he just goes and just like slumps. How many seats are in the cockpit? Is there more than 2?
There's 4.
Yeah, then Archie will sit in the one
the
behind
pilot, navigator, communications, and sensors.
I'll sit in the sensor seat and just kind of like sit there and just kind of like wipe, just like do this essentially.
You take a moment to breathe. With Scuttle currently manning the controls of the ship, the stream of lights passing by, creating this luminescent barrier all around you guys, all around your ship. There's a sense of peace and calm as this site takes, as you take in this site. Finally, away from the perils of the planet of Tolgana that you were surrounded by constantly.
I think for the first time, Archie actually goes and finds a washroom.
The refresher is easy enough to find.
Yep. And just gives himself a thorough once over, getting rid of any grime, any sweat, the moss that may have built up around his fur. Like, he goes from, like, this, like, soggy dog that's just come out of, like, mud and rain and humidity, and he comes out. I don't know if Roll spots him, but he literally looks like a puffed up, soft teddy bear at this point. just like shakes at the time. But essentially, so his fur goes back to its nice, soft, glossy look instead of the matted jungle hellscape it was in.
Excuse me, have you seen Archie? Oh, that is you. Never mind, I'll come back later.
No. Well, what's your question?
Nah, it's good.
Washrooms free. You got some.
Look at you. Look at the washroom. Look at you again. I think I'll wait.
You sure you got some?
Yeah, there's gonna be
on you got some dried piss on your pants still. I'm gonna go back to the cockpit.
Dar looks down at his pants.
Made you look.
Damn it!
As he goes to the cockpit and sits in the co-pilot seat now that Dar's gone out of it.
Yeah, if you go to take a look into the refresher, you'll notice a massive pile of hair centered on the drain. Coagulated with mud and various twigs and branches that was matted into his fur.
Maybe one like native bug that just wants to go like across the floor like it's got locked in his fur.
Dar looks around. Not my ship, not my problem. Closes the door.
Roll's gonna be in a rude awakening. There's gonna be an ecosystem in there eventually.
Raw, feeling so tired and drained. He hears Archie's the lose free, and walks in. Oh, for the love of what, Archie? What the hell is this? And he just goes over to a panel on the wall that has like the vacuum seal. Well, I'm hoping there's a panel on the wall that has like a vacuum to clean out the entire.
Yeah, you guys have cleaning droids that you hit the control panel on the wall. They various mouse droids begin to scurry out of the
mouse.
And begin.
Why do I feel that one of these mouse droids just stops and goes and then keeps going? Just like if a droid could sigh.
These mouse droids begin to make their way towards the refresher where you're at, and they spot this massive mound of matted loose fur and various debris of mud and foliage, and they excitably begin to circle around this pile, and you watch Rawl as it quickly begins to disperse, and the mouse droids kind of vacuum it up in a sense, and it gets this polished sheen kind of clean look after they're all through, and they begin to return back to their charging stations or housing units, and the refresher is good as new looking.
Raw watches as they go back to the charging stations and it's like, man, yeah, we definitely need to get some of those on the new ship for sure. Just for the whole ship, all of it, right? And he just goes to the shower, turns it on. And he's just gonna stand there for like a good hour, just water pouring. He's just contemplating what all just happened in the last like week and a half. Just let it all wash away down the drain.
All right, Dar, what are you up to?
Not too much. Kind of walking around, taking stock of the shit, making sure everything's still in working order. And after make sure it wasn't any sabotage. Actually, you know what? I'd want to check for sabotage, just in case. That this guy, did just a little more than act as a spy.
Okay, so yeah, you begin to do your quick once over, or your thorough once over, after learning that there was a stowaway aboard the ship that remained hidden for 3 days while you guys took survivors back to the way station. Go ahead and give me let's do a perception check. This is going to be average difficulty. And go ahead and cash in a luck token and upgrade one of those to a challenge.
Okay.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Nothing
Wow.
too crazy.
Wow.
Nothing too.
What in the fuck?
I'll take the bank.
2 triumphs? All right.
I should rename myself Dar Dumb Luck Kellen at this point.
Yeah.
Talk about scoundrel luck here.
Dar the
Okay.
Lucky.
You begin to do a thorough inspection of the Northwind, trying to identify how the fuck this person managed to stay hidden as long as he did. As you do, you find various containers that were once filled with some type of material, now vacant, that could have housed a large, could have been capable of housing the stormtrooper and his gear for an extended period of time. You inspect that area for sabotage. You don't find anything that raises alarm to you. You do find in the container that he stowed away inside waste, just variable wastes, wrappers of rations and whatnot, but it appears he remained in here for the duration of his stay when he realized that there was more than a couple of people aboard the ship moving about. And you find communication equipment.
Okay. Long range, short range.
Short range. It's just a comm link, along with a backpack full of rations, you looked through the backpack itself. There's only one remaining ration left inside. A canteen, survival tent, just basic needs to sustain someone on an extended observation operation.
I'll leave that stuff in there for now. I'll take the ration with me though, and I will the ration and the comm link.
Okay.
And I'll make my way back up to the cockpit, and seeing the captain's chair vacant because Archie's in the co-pilot's chair. I'll take the captain's chair.
Scuttle has not left the captain's chair.
Scuttle, move over.
Literally, he just literally looks at Scuttle going, "Sorry, Scuttle obeys my orders, he's staying."
Alright, fine. Take the bitch seat. I mean, I'm gonna look at the comm link, and I'm gonna look at the ration. I'm gonna hold up the ration to Archie. Hungry?
I just look at him deadpan and go, "No."
Alright.
No.
Wasn't talking to you, Scuttle.
Oh, a quick shout out to Neo Soul God. Thank you for joining the live with your rating the live with your viewers. I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Scuttle looks at you, confused as to why you'd be offering him a ration, and then you say that you're not offering it to him. He just goes back to piloting.
I go look to Archie. I found this comm link amongst some boxes. I believe that belonged to Mr. Dead and Gone. But there's a potential he had contact with somebody. Which is a short-range transmitter, so... And just something to think about. I say as I'm going to put the comm link down on the center console.
At that point, because it's short range, just go.
Yeah.
Any comm link would have a record on it of who we've got in contact with, I believe. If we could find
that could be helpful.
If we could find a slicer or something, we might be able to code break that and figure out what exactly and who he was talking to. But my guess is the ISB agent tried to off.
Yeah, that was really brave of you. How are you alive?
Scuttle, my friend, there are certain things you learn in the wide galaxy. One of them is how to be awesome.
You ran like a bitch screaming, didn't you?
It was sheer awesomeness. And the epic skills I've learned through being a handsome, good-looking smuggler that led me to safety.
You ran, screamed, pissed yourself, and I believe I heard the faint scream of my name to save you.
I think you must have heard something in the wind, Archie.
Besides you shitting? Besides you shitting yourself?
That's just the wind, Archie.
Raw comes in shirtless with a towel around his neck.
Oh. Save it for the ladies, bro.
Swinging in the wind. Swinging in the wind.
Raw, no,
too much swinging.
He's just shirtless. He's got his pants on. Hang on now. He knows who's present on the ship.
We have a lady aboard the ship.
Right. Let's fucking get out of here. We've waited here long enough. And he tosses a data stick over to Scuttle. Right, that's should be the coordinates to Raxus Prime. You just upload that. Let's get out of here. We've waited here long enough. Let's go.
Roger, roger.
Jav survive?
Yeah, he's good. He's all right. He pulled through. He's got a brand new shiny arm.
I guess the captain's seat is still filled, Dar.
Oh, some things go missing out of airlock sometimes, Archie.
Yeah, and some things include one too many smugglers, Dar.
Never happened.
Yes, we don't tolerate waste on this ship.
I
I
mean,
mean, you're more than happy to join the disembodied Dark Trooper in the airlock if you feel so inclined.
Ooh.
nah. I think
see.
I'm good this time.
I do hear they make for great company.
Yeah. I mean, you might need to give him a hand, but I'm pretty sure he's fine.
Get it a hand?
That's
Bad
a
joke.
knee slapper.
It's
So
great.
why? So are we dropping the Doctor off on Raxus Prime? We dropping the Captain off on Raxus Prime? Like what's?
Oh, I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure where they want to go. I know the doctor wants to get her own lab. She doesn't want to stay here. I already asked. Would have been nice to have a doctor on the road, but hey, it is what it is.
I'm going to look at Raul and say, "Yep, sorry, buddy."
I am proficient in medical aid.
Right, look. Traveling amongst the stars is not for everyone. All right, they all just wanted to have their own place to be, and I can respect that. It's definitely something I haven't had. So
Some organic experience dysphoria or nausea when traveling in hyperspace.
yeah, right. So let's drop out, get our coordinates, and then jump back in again.
Roger, roger.
All right,
At
let's
that
do it.
point, Archie does get off from the co-pilot seat. Dar, you're better at astrogation.
Well, thank you, buddy. I'll take the seat.
And I
And-
basically at that point I just kind of like nudge Roll and go just for him to follow me into the like lounge.
Okay. Well, you guys have a couple days ahead of you before you guys reach the end of this hyperlane. So, for the time being, Scuttle assures you that the route that you guys are presently on is the most optimal route to get back to the charted sector of the galaxy. But you guys have a couple days to recuperate and mend your wounds and rest for the time being.
Out of curiosity, what kind of blaster did this Dark Scout Trooper have?
It was a modulated heavy repeating blaster. Like it had a scope, it had a long range sight on it. It was it's there for the taking. Like I was gonna give it to Scuttle, but if Dahl feels he can use it,
Oh no, I was going to see how much it's worth on the black market.
probably a lot to be honest.
Let's probably try to
Oh,
not
shit.
do this on the black market. However,
Yeah,
I do have this, and he had his pack slung on his shoulder. He pulls it out, reaches inside, grabs out the rare metal gold bar.
Huh. Where'd you find that?
Well, let's just say a certain captain decided to leave something behind.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did. Right, and I'd say if service is rendered, it's all well and good, right? I mean,
I did see him dragging something. I wonder what that was.
I suspect the rest of whatever this was.
Ah,
You know? I look at Dar at that point. I think we're overdue some extra credits.
Sure.
oh yeah,
Well,
for sure.
I
mean-
as soon as
And you're saying you don't want to sell the blaster?
no,
I think the blaster's more useful in our hands, to be honest.
All right, we'll hold on to it. Tarzan, could I try to make some sort of knowledge check? Figure out what this is? What this bar is?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Give me a lore, I believe. Let's take a look at the skill tree here. Yep, knowledge skill lore.
Okay, not great. Actually, not good. But I rolled anyway.
That's average difficulty. You roll 2 successes. Ah,
Bummer.
What were you
Well,
trying to discern?
What
He's
this
try-
metal was.
the metal bar that you have in your possession, what it was and where it originates.
I'll
Uh,
also give it a shot.
You did. That's how you learned that it was worth 10,000 credits.
Oh, that's right.
oh,
I forgot. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
All right.
So this is such and such metal, name redacted.
Hold on. Let me pull it back up. Give me 1 second.
I disagree. Based on my findings, I think it's just brass.
Raw
Yeah,
knocks it on the table, and it probably makes like a dull like sound. You hear that? That's not what brass sounds like. Brass is
Are you
more.
sure?
it would also
Brass
it
is
would,
more hollow than this.
and it
Huh.
would bend the minute he hits it on the table.
Yeah, that.
Hold on. I got it here somewhere. Give me 1 second.
So what's
It
the
is-
so what's the
I
asking
need my metal.
so what's the asking price of that hunk?
Oh, this. I'd say about this size, this weight. Say about 10,000, maybe more, depending on the right buyer.
Oh, I could find the right buyer. I'm sure of it.
Right, we don't need you getting into any kind of trouble trying to sell this.
No, no, Raul. Some people I don't mess around with.
Right.
So
Well,
precious metal worth 10,000 credits each ingot. All right. I don't know the exact name of it. I'll have to do some research to give you an idea. of-
Zychronium.
Probably.
Could be Beskar for all we know.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's Beskar.
Oh shit!
Because
Like
Beskar is extremely rare and very expensive.
Yeah,
That's
like
that's the only
like-
thing that I could imagine be worth
Yeah.
10,000 credits.
So
Well,
Archie-
if it's fucking Beskar, we're not selling it right now.
yeah, Archie just looks at it the minute you say it's Beskar. He's like, we shouldn't even have that right now.
No, it does not bode well. The fact that he has more of these in his safe, yeah, what the
To
fuck?
be fair, looks around see if the captain's nearby. I'm pretty sure a few individuals from a few conclaves would be interested to see where the rest of that stuff is.
Where did this captain say he was from again?
Not a clue. He never said. But then again, he was always paranoid and close to the chest.
I was about to say, who were the?
Is the captain on the ship?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is on the ship. Okay.
Close the cockpit door real quick.
We've already seen it. So Raw tucks the bar inside the chest pocket in his vest. Right. I think it's best to keep it close to the chest for now, but maybe keep some tabs on where this guy goes. We'll have to see what we can do, because if he's got more of this, who's to say what he's going to do with it? 1, 2, who is he going to supply after this? And 3, where the fuck did he get this from?
I don't know, bro. It could be Mandalorian.
He's part. You get a sense that he was in charge of, or he. If you recall, Rom explained to you that Dr. Kratala and Captain Rel Harsal fled the separatist movement towards the tail end of the war when he realized that the separatist movement was bound to fail, or actually, it immediately preceded the events of Order 66. He fled. That's when the Empire took over, and the Empire pursued him to try and recapture Dr. Kratala to put her to use for the Emperor. So,
Well, at the very least, we now have a bargaining token with this. If we run into any Mandalorians, we might be able to broker a boon of some sort.
I am going to stop you right there, buddy. Mandalorians will take that. I say we find a middleman. I don't want to get shot up by a Mandalorian.
Well, of course not. It'd be a last-ditch effort, for a price of freedom.
To be honest, everyone will be looking for that type of stuff.
Right, which is why we can't just sell it to anybody.
Mm-mm.
This middleman needs to be a middleman among middlemen if we do have one.
Well, I mean, that's why you got to know the right people to sell to.
Yeah, but the captain's dragging around an entire sack. This entire ship is now one big target.
Tarzan,
Well,
in Raw and Oho's dealings, have we come across anyone who's like in antiquities or anything kind of like that?
I would say you guys would have a couple contacts throughout the galaxy that you would use for black market dealings. I will tell you, you know not to trust these motherfuckers because black market dealers are not to be trusted to begin with.
yeah,
But
I have contacts.
Yeah, Dark Helen would be on the same page with in that regards as well. Beskar, being as rare and illegal as it is, a lot of people would pay good money to get their hands on Beskar. That's why it's as valuable as it is. Mostly used for notoriety, but can also be used to create very resistant armor or weaponry to help battle Jedi that are now rumored to be extinct at this point. So it's there's very little application in that regard. Granted, it's still pretty resistant against blaster fire, but the more practical application of this metal was to combat the effectiveness of lightsaber assaults. So you can sell this pretty easily. You just got to make sure you trust the contact that you're selling this to not screw you over.
Would he know of any people who could forge with it?
You'd have to go find Mandalorians, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that the only people in the galaxy who can forge with it?
They're the only ones that can effectively forge Beskar. They know that they don't share their forging techniques very. So I mean, there's people that are capable of forging it, but it's not going to be the same quality. It'll probably be more of a flimsier final product as opposed to what a Mandalorian can produce. And not even all Mandalorians can forge this stuff. It's a very protected technique.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, we'll hang on to it for now, and we'll see what we can do later. For now, let's get on with our job, shall we?
All right.
Does Rawl remember where exactly they need to go on Raxus? Who we need to meet to continue this job if we need to go on and do it?
You know you are heading to what is called Scrap Heap Point. You also know this planet is heavily occupied by Imperial forces.
Shit.
Huh.
Crap.
You are given pinpoint coordinates to evade the Imperial occupation, but any deviation from those coordinates, you risk detection.
Oh, God.
Basically, ROM or Isotech established this base as a means of hiding in plain sight. We're hiding underneath the nose of the Empire.
Rawl's looking over the astrogation charts as we're traveling through hyperspace, and he's just thinking, "Chap, what the fuck have you gotten us into?"
Like, Archie at that point going, so Raxus Prime occupied by the Empire,
Yes.
and we just went toe to toe with an ISB agent.
Listen, we still fuck.
And we have a dead Dark Scout Trooper in the airlock.
Archie, dead men tell no tales.
No, dead men don't tell no tales, but I pick up the comm link, but someone was talking.
Do
Also true.
So we didn't have a contact. We just had a location.
Mm-hmm.
Rom told you that he would meet you at this place.
Okay.
So you know you'll be meeting Rom on Raxus Prime. But he told you to be careful and avoid detection.
So, bag of Beskar, a wanted doctor, a wanted captain, escaped convict, him pointing at Dar, and whatever it is that you've got yourself into in the past.
If anything, I'm a benefit to you guys.
It's like Archie just looks at him with a skeptical look. Sure, buddy. And a re-engineered separatist near commando level droid.
Yes. Right, fuck it. Just fucking get in there and get out and done. Get this fucking over with and call it a day. Just once, I just want this to go over well.
In all of my travels, I've never been to Raxus Prime. I thought we'd stop, take a look at the sites. Supposedly they had beautiful architecture.
It's a giant
the
junk.
architecture. You want to stop and smell the roses too?
It's a giant junk planet. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, I'm sure the scrap heap and junk piles are great architecture. Fuck's sake. To be fair,
I was being sarcastic, buddy.
Jesus. Because she says, Dark Helen
I'm sorry, sarcasm doesn't translate to Sharuk very well.
Not after having the Empire on our ass? No, it doesn't.
It's Sharuk. And for your information, sarcasm only works in the context where it's actually needed.
Archie, you're getting a little angry. You sure you don't want this ration?
If you say what I think you're about to say.
You're not you when you're hungry. Have a Snickers.
Literally, he's holding the Star Wars equivalent of Snickers bar.
I fucking love this. Oh my god. Oh, this is great.
At which point, Archie just kind of like grabs a ration and is starting to like munch on it, essentially like grumbly.
Yeah, you begin snacking on this ration. The texture itself very unpleasant to your palate. You're used to more flavorful, more.
Yeah, because I'm a cook, like so I'm just like.
I don't know. I always liked that ration. I thought that one was one of the better ones.
Raw picks up the ration, smells it. Yeah, right. That's straight garbage, mate. That's
what the fuck do they feed empires?
They weren't as good as the Empire cookies.
It's like literally like actually like spits it out.
Just throw that shit in the airlock. We don't need that shit up here. We have other stuff here.
You look at the macros on the back of the MRE that you just ate, and it's got like 3,000 calories packed into that fucking little MRE bar. Like, this thing's designed to keep you sustained for as little.
Yeah, it's not designed for flavor. At which point, Archie's just like, I'm gonna fucking Imperial give me fucking Russians.
Rawl watches as Dar finishes another bar, and it's just like, yeah, right. Good luck in the bathroom tonight, mate.
I mean, shit in bricks, man.
Look, man, you just don't need toilet paper when you're done. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's a bar going in. It'll come out the exact same way when it's finally digested.
Hey, man, saves on toilet paper.
Yeah, you guys deliberate for a moment amongst yourselves, and then come to the conclusion that it's best to keep the information that you've learned about the captain to yourselves for the time being. You leave Scuttle to maintain vigilance while you guys get bed down for the evening, as you have a long journey ahead of you for the moment. Rest takes you for the evening. Each of you drifting off into your own respective mind palaces, as it were, of comfort or reminiscing on better, more favorable times. Some of you a little more restless due to the most recent loss of a close friend. Rawl, however, you try to dream, but you find yourself constantly plagued with the same image. Shrouded in a mist of black smoke, the image of Oho leaping from the hull of the Nothwin, running to that same damn Jedi that he chose over you. Trying to come to rational terms with his decision. He did it for a reason. He has a plan. But what the fuck is his plan?
As
The
the
night
scene
Go ahead.
plays out, he sees himself going through the motions again of, rushing to the edge of the gangplank, looking out over the edge, seeing his brother disappear into the fires of what they had left of the landing pad. And hearing him scream out again, "No!" Only to be falling on deaf ears.
Morning. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it.
The morning after you guys wake somewhat refreshed. Any strain that you guys had accrued reduced entirely. Any wounds that you may have sustained, you recover a point of that back.
Archie got up before everyone else, and there is the smell of actual decent food being made in the mess hall. Like, the smell of actual food being made. Because he's using his field kitchen.
The smell that you're of breakfast foods being prepared, entirely wiping the memory of the smell of burned flesh from the day prior, is a welcomed sensation, sensation, as it gives you a subtle reprieve from the knowledge of the current state that Chav is currently in.
Everyone gets equal amounts, but as soon as Archie sees the doctor, he puts an extra amount on her plate and just moves it and just places it, going, "Keep strength up."
Thank you.
Rawl had awoken early and had been tinkering in the hold, trying to see if he could figure out how to make his hoverboard remote controlled.
Okay. Doing that little ability thing again, are you?
Sure.
Okay. What was the difficulty? Hard, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to cash in another token to go ahead and upgrade that difficulty.
That's
You
fine. You know what?
motherfucker.
We have 3 triumphs. I could say suck it.
Ooh.
Um,
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh
I like
shit!
it. Okay, you have 2 failures, 2 threats to beat with your ability check. It's a mechanics check. Is that right?
That is correct. I won't be using my sense power, or sorry, my manipulate power. It's gonna be a flat roll. Oh yeah, I don't even need the triumphs. Gimme. Gimme.
Damn. Okay. Well, fuck me. Well, let's give the class a fucking view, I guess. I suppose, right?
Indubitably.
Yeah. That was good. That was a good roll. That was a good roll. Well done. From the MRE scene. Yes, he did. You get up early and begin to work on your the partner. Now that you're back in the comforts of your ship, you have all of the tools and various devices at your disposal to help cross wire and jerry rig some type of control system that you could use from a remote standpoint.
Due to the restless sleep, it was very loud banging going on, and he's just very aggressively working on this thing just to kind of take his mind off everything. And he smells the food, and he pauses his work, gets up, kind of peeks his head in the kitchen, sees everybody kind of gathered in there, sees Archie with his apron on, freaking just going away, and gives him like a up and down look. It's like, Archie, you can cook?
I'm not just muscles.
Well, that was unexpected. All right. Hell yeah. What's on the menu today?
It's literally it looks like the equivalent of like eggs, bacon, like there's some grilled mushrooms in there. It's like a actual hearty and much needed refreshing breakfast. And Archie gives Roll a once over, sees the restlessness in his face, and just puts like an extra like sausage or two on there, just hands it to him, going.
So what you have before you are Sunnyside pork eggs with a Cannock belly bacon.
Yep.
And yeah, some fresh toast. You got a decent sized breakfast going on.
Some actual seasoning on it as well, so it's got a little bit of like a spice kick. So it's got that nice like extra bit on the underside. And I think this is the first time Dar has ever actually seen Archie fully do like he's in a good mess hall right now, so he's gonna take full advantage of this.
Rawl takes a plate, gives a big sniff. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there.
And to add it on, Archie did steal some of Grizard's good coffee and just puts it in front of everyone. he did nick it. So that's
Grizard would be a coffee drinker. He seems like a morning person.
Oh yeah, and and at which point you see Archie just like pours it in and goes, "That's Alderan rare ground coffee, so don't waste it."
I don't plan to.
Oh boy. Dude, Archie, if I'd known you were a cook, I would have commissioned Geyser to get a freaking changes U-wing to have a galley in the back. Forget the extra seats.
Well, and looks at it. I have a galley now.
That you do.
And back in Kashyyyk, I learnt this from my father. So, and he's like literally making another batch of food. Just. And
what's left over after that? All right.
Yep.
Like
Archie's literally having leftovers because he's making sure that everyone else is fully fed. Because even though he's a big guy, he knows how to like pace everything. So he's making sure that the captain and the doctor are getting extra because they need it. Roll's looking like shit, so he needs it. Dar's getting an average portion.
That's fine.
Scuttle has been oiled. Like, Scuttle's had droid oil, and he's had, like, a quick once-over, so that way he's clean.
Maintenance.
And he goes, oh, by the way, and hands Roll a checklist of everything that needs refreshing, redoing, remodeling, refitting. It's like the extra rations that we need, the extra food, the extra water, The mouse droid needs an update. The medical droid needs an update. The medical wing needs an update. Like it's a list. Like I just
Yeah.
got bored.
These
Oh.
expenditures are piling up.
Rawl takes a data pad of all the things that need to be done, and mid mouthful is like, oh, Rawl, if you keep making food like this, I'll do anything you want. And he just looks over everything. Oh, yeah, Rawl,
You might want to say that while looking at the price tag, and there's a lot of zeros. Like I don't know if Roll goes like
no, it's just like,
We're already looking at like 2,000-3,000 credits worth of supplies already needed.
yeah, about 5,000 in repairs, 7,500 on replacing the droids. The whole plating needs replacing. That's another like 10,000 on top of that. It's like Archie. This is why Archie was known as the quartermaster and the first mate on the Kryzard Fang. Like he is thorough on what he does.
oh God damn Archie, this is something. This is wow. That's a lot. Oh, right.
I'm
Well,
honestly not sure the last time I've eaten this good, man. Fantastic work.
Like Archie sits down at that point and just grabs like the mug, like the kettle that had the rest of the coffee, and he just chugs the entire fucking thing because that's his cup, his drink. He just puts it down, then begins eating, and just at that point goes, "So are we gonna talk about the bantha in the room and how we're actually gonna get past a Imperial blockade?"
Raw.
Do you discuss this? Where are you discussing this?
We're discussing it with the doctor and the captain because they need to be made aware.
Well, I got a couple ideas.
I look at them too. You're not getting turned over to the Empire. Nothing like that. I will detonate this ship before that happens. But I'm trying to put them at ease. But
That's not any.
however, Raxus Prime, it's common knowledge, is occupied by the Empire right now.
And you're taking us to an imperial occupied planet because
the people we're dropping you off at looks at Roll.
Well, there's another job on this planet as well, and that's where they are. And in order for us to really sneak by the Empire to get to where we need to go, we kind of gotta get as close as possible, I'd imagine. And hopefully, if everything goes well, which it will, we get home scot-free. Everyone goes about their separate ways. You get a lab, you get a bunch of other shitty recruits to boss around, and whoever wants to go whoever where.
all right. So okay, you understand that in order to evade a detection, you got to get damn near planet side before exiting hyperspace, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a pilot that's capable of pulling that type of shit off.
I put a doll.
And we got a robot.
You didn't think we would have plans on top of plans?
Well,
Forgive me, I wouldn't put my faith entirely on a fucking robot to be able to pull that type of maneuver
Well,
off.
forgive me, but most of your muscle on your own backwater planet was droids.
Yeah, I didn't trust them to make hyperspace jumps.
Also, and I point at IT, isn't he also the one who brought us to you so you could be rescued, ergo a droid?
Did you have to exit hyperspace in the atmosphere of another planet?
Right, look, I sense a lot of doubt going on here, a lot of negativity. Right, you need to bring it down a notch. Thanks. And also, look, you haven't seen Golden Boy here in action. Right, this bucket of bolts, he's stellar. He's got his honest shit, right? Complete faith.
we do have a couple options. We can, as you said, drop out of hyperspace right near the planet's atmosphere. That's one option. 2, does Raxus Prime have a moon?
That's a good question. I'm trying to recall if Raxus Prime has a moon.
If Raxus Prime has a moon, we could drop out of hyperspace behind the moon and use the moon's lunar radiation to block the incoming transmission of our hyperspace. Any sort of signature we may make.
Okay.
Or, if we know the hyperspace lanes of various other ships coming in, we can always cut engines far enough out and magnetically hitch a ride, so to speak, until we get into the atmosphere.
Poisonous atmosphere. All right. So, basic information on the planet of Raxus itself. Life still thrives within the rusty junkyards and poisonous atmosphere, while droids carry out most of the official activities. Scavengers scour the piles of valuable metals, lost items of worth, or just something to allow them to survive another day. The vast majority of the scavengers are Jawas transplanted long ago from Tatooine. In fact, the majority of the sentient life on the planet consists of Jawas, with humans a distant second. The harsh environment, never-ending piles of scrap, and scant local governmental control once made Raxus Prime a Jawa paradise. However, the Imperial crackdown. Okay, so there's no notable moons on this planet.
Okay, that cups out that option.
To be honest, magnetically attaching to someone is a good idea. Also, we could magnetically attach ourselves to a junk ship and just float with the garbage. That's also an option. But looks at dark.
You could do that.
Do you have any old Imperial code signal codes that could work?
I've picked up a few over the years of smuggling.
Sometimes hiding in plain sight is usually the best option.
We do also have an Imperial data pad from that Dark Trooper. Might have something on it about that.
I was about to say, if we can find a high security code that no one would question if a ISB agent were coming in on a rickety freighter like this.
Well, datapad.
No offense.
Datapad and comlink, looking at Scuttle, then looking at Dar. It is a Dark Trooper. They only work with ISB agents. If we transmit his code.
My only problem with... Go ahead.
The only thing with that is, as soon as we let that code be released, they know that someone has indeed dropped, for sure, and checking in.
Not if they're high enough in the ISB order to...
well, if that could have been flagged for being behind enemy lines somewhere, they're going to want to report some sort.
So,
Archie, how much of the armor is still intact?
I just reach into my bag and just pull out the cracked helmet, the botched chest plate, the braces, the codpiece, the shoulder pads. Like, not much.
Scratch that idea.
So our options are looking like either stow away and hope that they get you close to your destination so you don't have to fly across the surface of the planet for an extended period of time, or enter the planet's atmosphere at the exact point of designation from the coordinates that you received, with the hope that you do not make any deviations from that said junk.
Is there any junk in the atmosphere that's kind of floating around?
Well, you guys aren't there yet. You still are on your first leg of the hyperspace jump. So we're currently in preliminary planning phase before you get there.
Probably better to stow away, honestly. If we jump right there, then in the off chance that we do get discovered, leading right to where we're landing.
All right, I'd look at the star charts and I'd like to see where the nearest jump-in point is prior to the jump to Raxus Prime.
Rawl pulls up another HUD and overlay over the map. Right, these are all the blockades we need to avoid. Here's our route. guess right about here is where we need to get off, because he points at what is probably usually a route that junkers come in.
Let's see. We are Prolimian trade route. Where are we at? I need to find that. There we go. Okay. There's Raxus. Okay. All right. We're making some headway here. All right. We're moving from Cholgana to Raxus Prime. Where is Cholgana? It's not that far from here. Let's see. It's on an offshoot because it's not a charted planet.
Archie looks at Roll going, they had to know. Because if we get there and he's an Imperial occupied planet, I look at the captain, he's going to freak out and try and shoot us. Again.
Well, it's not much to know, for one. It's not even my job. It's just Chav's deal. We're just following up, and hopefully, by the end of this, they'll be off with Rom off to whatever safe haven he could come up with.
True, but at the same time, this is now your job.
Rawl takes a deep breath, kind of like centering himself. He's like, fuck, I'm the head right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Like, Archie just puts that into your perspective of going, Jav's out of commission, which means you're now the prime contractor.
Well, maybe
Right.
we could smuggle the captain and the doctor in the same way that Dark Trooper smuggled himself on board.
I mean, we are in a junk freighter. Sorry, Chav.
Hey,
We could disguise as, bringing some supplies to the planet. Hide the doctor and the captain back in the cargo bay. It's possible,
Well-
but that'd be more a last-ditch effort if we get discovered.
Yeah, we need to find a way to avoid Imperial bioscanners if it comes
We
down
can-
to that.
If we could skate in behind another freighter, then I think we'll be golden.
I agree. I say we get to the jump point prior to Raxus Prime. See if we can catch. See if we can hide. Hitch a ride on some other freighter, and then jump with them to Raxus Prime. And then once they get into the atmosphere, we can detach.
I also would like to point out, looking at Dar with a look of like, this has one weapon on the ship. One weapon.
The longer you travel, the more risk of combat.
Which means, I look at Roll at that point in between the two of them. It actually would be cheaper just to get a new ship with better gear and better weapons on it. We're gonna bump into the Empire eventually. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If we do that, we're gonna need something that can actually pack a punch.
Well, if that's the case, we need a different ship entirely. Yes, this is fast, but it's not very, what's the word, moddable, I suppose.
We got one quad turbo laser that's fixed front. And I don't think facing a Star Destroyer or TIE Fighters in a dog-to-dog fight in the atmosphere or in space, because they will outmatch us in every single way.
On that, we're agreed. Right, if we can find something on the planet, then great.
I
But
mean, to be fair, Raxus Prime is a junk planet. A lot of ships tend to get dropped there.
Yeah, but I don't think we have the time to find and repair a ship while we're there.
Right,
Yeah,
kind of
that's
want to
fair.
get in and out of there as quick as possible. So,
I look at Dar and reluctantly just go, you might want to get into a reliable contact on where the nearest spaceport is that's selling spaceships.
for that, we'll have to go
Go
back
Weevil.
to what planet was the party on that Rawl purchased the night bike?
The what? The what bike?
The night motorcycle. Hang on.
I mean, it was either Bespin or the wheel.
Do you want to go back to
No,
Brisbane?
there was a place we stopped at before we got to the wheel.
Nar Shaddaa?
I think yeah, Narshada. That's what it was.
You'll be going a good distance out of your way to get to that planet.
No, this would be after Raxus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It'd be
Yeah.
literally. It is better to get. It's better to get at least a ship that's better than this, especially if we're wanting to do.
Well, don't let Chav hear you say that.
Chav's unconscious, so Archie's saying it anyway. So it's literally like, as much as I'm sure your captain loves his ship, and she is, not gonna lie, she's tough, she's fast, she's good at what she does.
she's been through a lot. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
she's
You're right.
Yeah, she's got personality, she's got character, but this ship is not equipped to do whatever jobs you're gonna need to do.
No, not for what we need to do in the future. I'm sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. So after this, drop them off with Rome, and we'll go to Narshadal, get us a new ship, and we'll go about our merry way, wherever the winds take us.
Agreed.
Right. First things first, though, get into this planet. So, hey, Scuttle.
Roger, Roger.
Hey, so you have those points, yeah? Evade those blockades, and do you see this this little route right here, just before we get to the planet? Just drop us here, and we'll take it nice and easy to the planet.
Understood. Deviation from the current hyperspace route is kind of hard to pull off mid-jump, but upon exiting this first leg of the journey, the jump, I should be able to make observations shortly.
Oh, sure, of course, yeah. How much time do we have left? Do you reckon?
Another day's travel.
Right, here we go. Buckle up and get comfy, lads.
That being said, you guys can try to accelerate the travel time by performing another astrogation check. This will be a hard difficulty since you are currently in hyperspace, but this will just be to find a quicker route as opposed to just making a new jump entirely. So you could do this without any repercussion for the most part, aside from possibly making yourself take a longer time because you chose the wrong route. But yeah.
Are we on a timetable?
Good question.
As of right now, you have your quarry in hand. There's no reason to assume that you need to be there by a certain point. You just need to ensure that you get there.
In that case, slow and steady.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have another day's travel left ahead of you, and you guys go about your various tasks among the ship. Anything you guys would like to take care of before we progress?
Archie wants to have a word with Roll.
Okay. Raul, where would you find yourself in this moment?
Raul would be in the cargo bay working with that droid he picked up, trying to make sure it's fully functional.
Which one?
The medical droid.
Ah. All right. Yep. You're currently assisting or currently attending to the decommissioned medical droid as a side project, and you soon find yourself accompanied by the tall 7-foot Wookiee that looms over
8'4".
8-foot tall Wookiee that looms over your shoulder, watching you work on your droid.
Oh, what's going on, Archie? Could you mind handing me that welding torch over there and step back a bit? You're in my light.
Yeah, a hand a bit and move so that way I'm at least in his eye line, away from the light. So, back on the jungle planet, those octopus.
Yeah, those. Remember?
How'd you see one?
It's a good question. He kind of puts down his tools. He's just kind of remembering the night.
It was invisible, it was camouflage, and yet you could pinpoint where it was, and you pointed out to the security team where it was.
Well, you haven't been around very long, so you don't really know. But had a brother. He was part of the team, and well, we lost him. He's alive, but anyway, regardless, in our past, we were. He kind of looks around the ship, making sure that the cargo bay is like at least moderately empty, or not anyone within earshot. Uh, we were trained by the Night Sisters to, well, be the best of our craft.
Oh.
Don't worry,
Back
wasn't
at that point.
I wasn't a night brother or anything. We never took the vows or nothing like that. But we were raised since childhood. They took us in, clothed us, fed us, and taught us their ways.
And it's just that the way you looked around was the same way that I've seen a few individuals look around during, well, when I was younger.
Younger? What do you mean?
I'm 175 years old. Roll.
That's a number. How can you move like that? If you're that old.
I'm younger than most Wookiees that fought in the Battle of Kashyyyk during for the Separatists.
Don't come across much of your kind anymore.
Well, I was literally on the front lines, flying around using bowcasters, the vibro axe my brother used. The knuckle dusters were my sisters. And
Well.
there were a few individuals among us that could do the same thing that you did.
It's merely a parlor trick. My master, he was so much more than I could ever hope to be. Fierce, strong.
I'm not referring to your Night Sister training. I've heard of them, never been to the planet, but everyone knew the stories of the Night Sisters and the Night Brothers on Dathomir. Everyone heard about them.
That's stories you hear. It's not always to be true.
True, but you hear the stories of the Underforest of Kashyyyk, and like you said, they're just stories. I'm not saying you're like any of the things that go bump in the night level stories. I know for a fact they were complete bullshit because my elder went to Dathomir and she trained under one of the Night Sisters for a time to learn healing. But
Impressive.
she got around. That being said, at this point he looks around to make sure that nothing's in earshot. We had a few Jedi during the Battle of Kashyyyk, and they could do the things that you did.
At the mention of Jedi, he kind of just shuts down a little bit. Oh, is that so? Goes back to working.
No, notices that. You got a sore spot for the Knights of the Old.
It's not what they did. They didn't do anything to my brother and I. We don't have any relation to them, but don't trust them. They come. We've had problems with them before at various covens of Night Sisters. They come in, take the Force aligned, saying that they need structure, need stability, need control. They've stolen several young for their rigorous training. And when they come out, they're forever changed. They're not the same. Not the same person anymore. So no, I don't have too much love for the Jedi. But, and I'm hoping that at least one of them is keeping my brother alive.
So you saw one of them in action.
Of a sort, I suppose.
Well, you're not the only one who's lost family members who had to go over to the Jedi to learn how to wield the Force, structure, politics, the whole shuriken.
Well, I much rather stay out of politics. Thank you.
As would I, but I've been where you are. I've seen them come and grab children either in the middle of the night or conversation with parents and then come back. But you know what they say about the Night Sisters and the Night Brothers and the Kashyyyk? Don't believe everything you hear.
True words.
But seeing and experiencing is a different matter. That said, seeing the final phases of the war and then having to fight people you saw as allies, it's not easy.
As much as I like combat, I don't think I could be in a war.
No, believe me, you don't. What the fuck is that beeping? Like, literally, like at that point, Archie looks around.
Oh, hey, hang on, let me get it. He just bangs on the side panel. Sometimes the ship likes to act up a little bit. What's... hang on.
I'm gonna look around. Do I see where that's coming from?
You look around, Rawl. You immediately realize, in the moment, realize that it's coming from your communication, comlink.
Oh, fuck me. Damn, I'm so tired after this goddamn jungle. All right, hang on. Oh. Hello?
It's not a live communication. It's a message.
Fuck me. Opens it up, looks at what's being displayed.
The origin of the message is undetermined, as it seems to be scrambled or encrypted. But the message is simple. We'll be seeing you.
Good news, bad news, I can't tell by the neutral expression on your face.
Well, I don't know. No sender, no return, star space address, nothing. It just says we'll be seeing you. That's not foreboding at all. Right.
No, it's not.
He's going to... Raw's going to head over to a nearby ship computer, plug the data pad up to it, and begin attempting to see if he can hack, to see if he can find where this came from.
Give me a formidable computers check.
Okay.
As you look at it, you're realizing this is heavily encrypted. The same encryption level that you once had Dove take on from back on Bespin.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Computer.
Surprisingly enough, the difficulty ain't that hard. One failure, 3 threats to beat. And because of that familiarity, I'll give you a boost to the check.
Sure. Hell yeah. I'll take it.
Can Archie help in some way?
Don't need
Never
it.
mind.
Okay. So as the string of coding becomes familiar to you in the moment, you begin to think on how Dove broke past this encryption, and you follow the same string of coding and unravel this encryption. And it comes from not a singular sender, but it has the same code name that you received once before. Give me 1 second. Where did you go? Nope, that's not the right one. Oh, it was the right one. Shit. 1 second. I had it, and then I doubted myself, and then I lost it. The string of code, or the message, came from what is known as the Empire's Retribution.
Does
Okay.
Archie see this in the moment?
Okay.
Well...
I wish I had taken better notes. I remember the ship name, but I don't remember who it belongs to.
It belongs to your benefactor.
Right, that doesn't bode well at all. Still, we might be taking a slight detour. Maybe. Who knows? Well, let's just try to get to the planet first.
Like, Archie just, like, looks at the computer at that point. Don't let the captain or Darcy with that.
Yeah, it's definitely getting deleted, and he quickly does the motions to delete the message, and all hacking into it, all parameters, all of that deleted, scrub clean.
Smashes the fucking data pad.
No one sees
anything.
You
really pulls out a grenade.
You dispose of the message. The haunting, cryptic message will be seeing you, echoing in the back of your mind. You guys go about your various tasks for this last day of your journey on this hyperlane route. And then you bed down for the evening in anticipation of enacting the second phase of your guys' plan. Prepare in preparation of arriving at Raxus Prime. This night is a little more restful as you come to terms with being within the safety of your own ship. No interruptions to sleep. Some of you just dream blankless, have a blank dream. Others more blissful. But you guys awake the next morning.
Oh, fuck me. What is that?
What?
Chav, turn that shit off. Oh, fuck me. Wait.
Scuttle, what did you do? Like, literally, that was, like, he literally, like, runs up to the cockpit.
You guys wake up to the alarms blaring as Scuttle begins to enact various contingencies for the ship, trying to maintain whatever control he has with the ship. He turns to you as you guys make your way to the cockpit.
there's a disruption field that we are currently found ourselves caught in. The ship is being forced out of hyperspace prematurely.
What? Oh,
Gravity well.
fuck me!
Excuse me. Oh,
Let Dar take over here.
Literally, like Archie just like gets, it's like up in his place and sit.
all right, move.
All right. The question now stands: do you try to break out of this gravity well that you can reasonably assume you're caught in?
All right. There are two options here. Black hole is option 1. Option 2. What I know potentially about the interdictor class in my time as an Imperial.
You know that the interdictor class heavy cruisers are used as a means of customs inspections. They are constantly scouring in the galaxy for smugglers for transportation of illicit goods. So they are scattered intermittently throughout the galaxy to try and rake the galaxy of any of these smuggling operations. So yeah, you'd be aware of that.
All right. I will present the options to my crewmates. Option 1, we hit a black hole, which doesn't seem likely based on the star charts. Option 2, interdictor class cruiser, capable of making a gravity well to pull starships out.
Wait, a cruiser, you said?
Correct.
What, is there a ship signature on there?
I don't know. Check the readings.
All right, this is going to be. We can do this. Okay, so this is going to be a hard difficulty with a challenge rating of 2 to pull off because you guys are in hyperspace, so you're not necessarily in the same dimension as the ship that you're trying to get a reading on. So this will be a hard reading. Somebody needs to do a computer's check to do this.
I'll do it. Oh boy. Come on for success.
Wow. We have triumphs.
We have 3 triumphs, yeah.
Yeah, we have 3
Yeah,
triumphs.
use one if you need it,
Uh,
or 2 if you need it.
We'll give,
Yeah.
I'll need to take 2 of them.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, you're going to use those 2 triumphs.
Yep.
Okay,
We'll get more.
You push the capabilities of the Northwind Chimera's sensors to its absolute limit to try and get a read prior to making a decision in this moment. You miraculously managed to push it beyond the dimension that you guys are in. Hyperspace is a dimension, or is it just a mode of travel?
Accelerated time, I think.
Yeah, because
Accelerate time and space.
time travel or space travel is a weird soup. But yeah, you push it beyond its capabilities to try and extend out and get a read. You get the reading signature of the interdictor class heavy cruiser known as the Nullifier.
Well.
All right. With that in mind.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm
Raul,
gonna try to. I think it's best to push the engines.
I remember. The
Okay.
Nullifier. Right, just let it happen.
Are you sure about that?
I know who's on that ship. I know.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah,
Excuse me?
Well, I'll explain after. Just trust me, all right?
All right. I'll adjust the engine levels to let it smoothly take itself out of hyperspace, not to damage anything when we get yanked.
All right. The hull of the Northwind begins to violently shake as the space around you begins to become distorted. The Chimera is then hyperspace engine is then throttled down. and you exit hyperspace with a, and your engines come to a slow roll as you find yourselves confronted with the visage of the Nullifier, an interdictor class heavy cruiser once encountered before by the Nothwin Chimera, now finding itself crossing paths once again.
Scuttle, can you prep the ship for docking? Might be seeing some guests here, or might be going over there. We'll see what they want.
Roll, I seriously hope you're not considering an assault against a cruiser.
No,
I'm
of course
also
not.
I'm also heavily considering what the fuck you know.
Did say docking, yes?
Yeah, I don't know if you were planning on like a ground assault on the cruiser.
I'm not crazy. Right.
Well,
I know my limits. I know
This
my
bitch
limits.
is massive. That
And
being
while he could potentially try, there.
you may certainly try.
Yeah, there are even for Roll, there are way too many stormtroopers on the damn ship.
That being said, with the sudden jolt of exit from hyperspace, the captain, Rel Harsal,
Oh, here we go.
and Dr. Kratala come rushing up to the cockpit.
Raw stops him right at the doorway. No, you two need to stay in the cargo hold where you can't be seen. Just stay back there and wait until someone comes for you. Just go into that. You pointed the container that the Dark Trooper had stayed in. Just stay in there and just be quiet.
There's a level of distrust displayed across Rel's face. The constant paranoia, you get a sense taking hold. Dr. Kratala wanting to trust your judgment, but quickly becoming gripped with fear at the visage of this ship.
Look, we got you both, and the 50 plus members of your encampment to safety. Trust me now when I say this. You will be safe. You'll be fine as long as you stay in that container.
And that's where we'll go to break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Get yourselves refreshed, grab drinks, go to the bathroom. We'll be back in 5 minutes to conclude this leg of our journey. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back. and welcome back, all you wonderful To-Be Dicers. It's your host, Daddy Tarzan. Okay, that's enough of that. Welcome back. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Let's do a quick slate for the week, as well as some side promos as well. Tales of Arden this Thursday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, as usual. Be on the lookout. We are currently in the works of putting out some new content for you guys. We'll hopefully have that rolled out soon. We're just working on getting the resources together for it. That being said, once it's made ready, I'll give you the announcements of when it's going to debut, and we'll have some new content for you guys to consume. Dimensional Dial still on hold until we are able to lock in new times for you guys. I will give you a heads up. We are looking at switching to a once a month format for Dimensional Dial. So that's the situation with that campaign. Then promos. If you are looking to acquire formats, themes, artwork in regards to Twitch, your own personal Twitch streams, feel free to contact Michael St. Gregory, the producer of our group, To-Be Diced Adventures. He's the one responsible for designing all the layouts that you've seen from To-Be Diced Adventures. He's a phenomenal artist. He's exceptional in his craft. Great individual. Highly recommend him for any of your production needs. And then Chris Claybeard, the Dungeon Master of Tales of Arden, a exceptional potter. He makes great custom works as well as mainline productions. Can check him out at Claybeard Studios. And then for your own personal Star Wars adventure, you can find me on startplaying.games and commission me to tell your Star Wars adventure. You can find me at startplaying.games/GM/Tarzan82855 and commission me for your own little adventure. I do $5 one-shots, I do $15 adventure modules, and $25 personalized campaigns. So you can find me there, and I look forward to being able to tell your Star Wars adventure. Other than that, that's all we have for announcements this week. You can catch us again for Edge of the Empire on Tuesday at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time as usual. That being said,
one announcement. Right now, we are currently at 14 followers to go till we hit our follower goal. Yay!
Yes! 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 What's the goal?
300.
Oh yeah! I need to put a meter up for the channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're almost there. So help us out. Send us followers our way so that we can hit the 300 mark. And then other than that, the rest of this adventure is to be diced. Let's get right back to it. Excuse me, I had to get a little sippy sip of my whiskey here.
Indeed. Wet the whistle.
Because there's some shenanigans about to go down. So, the Northwind Chimera finds itself in the clutches of the tractor beam of the Nullifier. A massive ship in its own scale, equipped with 4 gravity wells that protrude from the bottom exterior of the ship. You can see the distortion of the magnetic waves being produced from these generators that force the Northwind out of the hyperspace. And upon exit of hyperspace, this distortion continues to reverberate throughout the immediate space as a means to prevent the ship from attempting to try and jump out of the tractor beam back into hyperspace. The ship's silhouette begins to cloak over the entirety of the ship, darkening it from the exterior lighting from a far off distant star. Its ominous presence beginning to instill a level of discomfort in all of your hearts. Not so much Rawl, as this is a very familiar setting that he's been exposed to once before. His unaired confidence kind of putting a level of unease in the rest of you. Why is he so confident? What does he know? Can he? Are we going to be able to get out of this situation? Moments later, you find yourselves beginning to ascend up into one of the, or not ascend, being pulled into one of the hangar bays on the starboard side of this interdictor class freighter. Cruiser. Not freighter, cruiser. Upon entry, you are then set down, or upon entry of the hangar, the tower control commands you to deploy your landing gear. And do you comply?
I'll give Rawl a quick look to see what he's thinking, and I'll follow his command.
Rawl takes a deep breath, and you'll notice that his hand had tightened around the wrench that he carried in his utility belt, and kind of gives you a stiff nod as he can be okay.
Pilot, deploy gear now.
Tower, we've heard your command. Deploying landing gear.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
That makes two of us.
As you
four of us.
As you guys look out, as you begin to descend and you deploy your landing gear, there before you, you see at least 2 battalions of stormtroopers standing by outside.
And here I thought I was going to be able to fight my way out.
Fleet of TIE fighters suspended in air above you. Other brigades of stormtroopers patrolling about the hangar, performing drills and ceremonies, or being translocated to another hangar port to prepare for various duties. In front of these 2 brigades, Rawl, you catch the glimpse of a familiar sight. Agent Kilbold, accompanied by 2 other agents that you've met before. You know these individuals as Obelisk and Stitch. Behind them, the same commander of this vessel, the Nullifier. Same sneering, disgruntled expression on his face as one would assume would have when their ship is commandeered by the ISB. He remains. Go ahead.
Rawl looks out over the battalion as he scans each and every exposed face. Does he see what's her name? The one that he met on Bespin outside of the
you're looking for the ISB agent.
Yes.
These are all stormtroopers. None of them have any faces revealed.
Yeah. Okay.
As far as Kilbolt's entourage,
yeah,
you do not see her. Zekrafol is the name.
Zekrafol. There we go. Okay.
I'm in this moment. I'm actually gonna pull my 2 ranks in command now, so everyone gets 2 boost dies to all discipline checks for the next 24 hours. So that's everyone here, including the captain
Okay.
and the doctor.
Dope.
I like it.
Dope.
This isn't the right music we need. We need paranoia. There we go.
Well, yeah, that
Hey,
is why. So that way everyone can keep their composure, especially the
Paranoid.
doctor and the trigger-happy, paranoid guy that's now behind us who might be freaking out.
I mean, Raul, I've evaded plenty of Imperials before. You want to give us the game plan here, buddy?
Just
That's
stay on
what
the ship, keep the engines primed, and I don't know, make a cup of coffee.
Yep. I will say you're not going out there on your own.
Yes, actually, I am.
I'm gonna look
Stay
to
here.
Archie. I agree with him. Most because I don't want to go. And second of all, you know the Empire's relationship with Wookiees. They spot you, that'll be a big no-no. They'll probably throw you in Kessel or something.
Raw walks up to the medical droid, takes a spare ship battery from what they have left, and straps it to its back.
Okay. That's going to take a little bit of time. You gotta make sure that's
this is all like within them actually docking.
during the landing procedure. Okay.
Yeah.
By this point, Dr. Kutala and Harasal had made their way to the hangar to find a secluded spot to hide in. You hear the docking or the landing gear strain under the weight of the ship as it finally finds purchase on the deck of the hangar, and you hear the clamps lock into place. You hear from the ship's intercom.
Occupants of this vessel, prepare to be boarded. ISB agents wish to conduct a thorough investigation of your vessel for contraband. Comply, or be subject to extermination.
I'd rather talk to my friend out there. Before anyone sets foot on the ship, I'll speak to Agent Kilbolt standing before you.
All respective parties, begin your descent down the gangplank and intercept the agent presiding over this inspection. You will approach the agent unarmed. Will be subject to extermination.
They're not
Raw.
very chatty, are they?
Raw leans into Archie and whispers, if, and I do mean if, you sense anything off, I'll give you the signal and you shoot the droid in the back. And he holds out a snub-nosed pistol to Archie.
Why do I need a snub-nosed blaster? And I point to like the bowcaster I'm holding in the other hand.
Well, you can't quite conceal it now, can you? It's gonna be kind of obvious if you're standing on the gangplank and you're holding this giant bowcaster in your hand.
He was ordered to descend the gangplank with unarmed, so yeah, showing up with a weapon in hand is probably not the best idea.
At that point, I look at the snub nose and just go,
Just hide it in your
"Fine."
fur or something.
It's like literally I shove it between like the back part of my belt and my fur, so it's at least like natural concealment. I just basically prop the bowcaster up near Scuttle, then go.
Stay on the gangplank. I'll talk to this guy.
Alright.
And opens the airlock. I'm guessing the body parts are still in the airlock, huh?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he kicks
I'm
those off
actually
to the
gonna
side.
like as you go to it, I'm just gonna like, move him out of the airlock.
Right, here we go, and a 1, and a 2, and pushes the button. Gangplank descends. Door opens. And you had to find that. Brawl starts walking down the gangplank, his hands in his pockets. Ah. Fancy meeting you here, Agent.
There before you, you see, yes, Agent Killbolt. Slender, athletic frame, hair slicked back, face adorned in that familiar full face concealing respirating mask with the singular red optic at the center front face, the center of the face. Hands crossed behind his back.
And to what do we owe this visit amongst these various stars?
We have matters to discuss.
Figured as much. Alright. Out with it, what do you want?
First, we need to conduct an investigation to appease the captain's suspicions of your unsavory activities.
And you still haven't gotten us cleared yet. Why?
Are you under the assumption that we have some sort of arrangement?
Oh, we do this work for you. Oh, why should we have to go through this hassle all the time? You know what we do?
The ISB and your organization have no ties. I don't know what you speak of.
Right. Anyway. Fine. We'll have everyone out here, and we'll conduct this investigation quick as a whistle. Care for a drink?
Killbolt turns to the captain behind him. Did I write down his name? I think I did. Nullifier. I gotta search. Nullifier. Hold on 1 second. I forgot his name. No.
This man's an asshole. We need to know his name.
This dude is definitely an asshole. Why did I had his name and then I completely spaced it. Shit. How long ago was it? Where's my notes? Shit.
It was several sessions back.
Day 21, 23. It was after the departure.
I think it was
For-
like day 19.
Ah, fuck, was it?
I think.
Nullifier. Shit. I forgot. I got it's too far back. We're gonna go with Captain. No, his name is he's an admiral. I know that. I need to do full screen for this. Admiral
Marcus Boyle.
Is there not a control find?
I was
on
about to say
there?
we could do a classic Star Wars move and go Brom Titus, you know.
This isn't Warhammer. Hang on now.
He turns to- He's not gonna say his name.
Admiral
It's fine.
Fabius Bile.
I'll bring up the name later. For now, he's not gonna bring up his name. He's just gonna say, Admiral, please maintain presence outside the ship as we conduct this investigation. It will be over shortly. And with that,
Yeah, I look to roll for for guidance here of like, do I come down? Am I staying up here?
Just
What's happening?
he motions for you to stay on the gangplank.
With that, Killbolt gestures for you to lead the way up into the ship as Obelisk and Stitch close ranks.
All very dramatically like fanfares their way to up the gangplanks, like after you.
Archie, as you watch these three agents begin their approach, Killbolt is notably shorter than the other two. Killbolt's this small-framed individual, 5'8", has a long rifle slung across his back, notably as long as he is.
You think he's overcompensating for something, buddy?
Wears a long black trench coat with revealing underneath a blast vest underneath. You can see various thermal detonators across his utility belt.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude's loaded with weapons.
Definitely overcompensating.
I just like watch him go by and look at the other two, essentially, and just sort of size them up and just go, we'd all be dead by the time I rip one of them apart. I just say in my head.
As you look over Obelisk is this very sturdy, stout individual. Military cut, very formal. Not military cut. He's buzz cut. Scar across his right eye. You will take immediate notice that he is enhanced, cybernetically enhanced. Both of his eyes are augmented. He's got a filtration system in his leading up into his nostrils, and one of his arms does stand out as slightly blockier than normal. He carries a vibro knife, blaster pistols, dual blaster pistols, several thermal detonators, and a long rifle that he carries at the low ready. Stitch. This one individual, about the same light frame as Killbolt, but also cybernetically augmented. He carries a blaster rifle at the low ready as well, but he carries on him several medical instruments as well as stim packs and various medical implementations as well.
They might walk past the body I just dragged into the hallway.
Probably. Killbolt leading the entry. The three agents board the Northwind Chimera and wait for Rawl to meet up with them and enter the vessel.
Right. The medical droid stays at the bottom of the gangplank, just facing the battalion of troops out there. He's gonna just tap Archie on the shoulder. Just stay here.
Your funeral.
It's fine. Just quick inspection, in and out. We're done.
Rawl. God, she's not trusting this at all.
Rawl directs them towards the medical bay first.
FAC 9754, please accompany this Archie. Make sure inspection is not interrupted. Understood. Yes, sir.
Who's staying with me?
Agent Obelisk.
So both of us are just like eyeing each other up, essentially. It's like the two macho individuals just staring at each other. Just
to give you a visual representation, Obelisk is like the same build as Billy from the Predator.
Oh shit! So he is a built individual.
Same kind of intense build, very stoic expression, dark complexion. Uh, this guy is a force to be reckoned with, just by sight alone. But yeah, he stands by at the gangplank with you, staring down the numerous stormtroopers that stand by outside the vessel, while Killbolt and Stitch continue inside. Is there a reason why your captain is not here to greet me this evening?
Well, if you hold your smoky breath for a minute, you'll see. And he slams open the button to open the door for the medical bay, and in their lives chat. Right. As you can see by the body outside, we ran a bit, been to a problem on our last job.
Yes, so I'm aware.
Yeah, well, Chav took a hit. Lucky to have him alive with us today.
Are you at all curious as to why I was able to find you?
Well, considering the scrape that we were already in, I can imagine a few ways you could have found us.
We intercepted intercommunications within the ISB. A curious report of a abandoned vessel known as the Alpha Chimera located on an uncharted planet of Tolgana.
Yeah, we might have been there.
Caught my attention rather quickly. And then reports of a struggle and a resistance.
Well, Tolgana is a rough and tough territory out there, you know. I mean, wildlife is trying to eat you every day.
Resistance against other ISB assets. You were instructed to maintain a low profile, and yet you continue to find yourself tangling with ISB organizations. Why do you keep doing this to me?
Listen, buddy. You have a job, I have a job. And, I mean, at the very least, you can direct those ships elsewhere.
Despite that his face is currently concealed, there's a visible, especially with your natural gift, visible agitation to him. It almost breaks his discipline in the moment, but he maintains his composure as he continues to observe you with that singular optic locked on you.
All right, look, stare all you want, mate. Do what you like. But listen, this has already cost us quite a bit. As you can see, our captain is down, and if you haven't even cared to notice, my brother's also gone.
We discussed this prior.
Yeah. So,
I
numbers
told you
are dwindling.
If I can.
And have you gotten anywhere with that, or have you just been sitting around with your thumb up your ass?
I pride myself in my abilities to acquire my targets, execute them with impunity. But your brother rivals my ability of remaining undetected.
Well, he was trained by the best, so...
So you would understand he's rather hard to keep track of. The information that we gather tends to be a couple days stale by the time we arrive, and the trail ends up being cold. We are still in pursuit, I assure you of that. And once we have him, we will bring him back to you. However, the situation that you currently find yourselves in, you have garnered the attention of the ISB once again. This is something that I cannot hide consistently. Once one agency becomes aware of you, another agency becomes aware of you. It becomes increasingly more difficult for me to keep you out of the Empire's purview.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, what happened to that other agent? Foal is the name, I think.
She's been conveniently reassigned.
Convenient. Right. Well, out with it. I mean, clearly there's more to this tirade that you want to say. What's our next mission? I'm assuming you have one.
We are currently in the progress of developing your mission. We don't aimlessly throw out missions without parameters in place to ensure the success of the mission. So we need more time. You're still free to do whatever you need to do, but for the time being, there needs to be a change up in how you operate.
What? See, you make plans upon plans upon plans. Are you any closer to achieving your goal?
As we speak now, there are assets in place that are ensuring the direction of what we discussed previously. And speaking of which, I can't help but notice that you have new members once again.
Well, when you are of a dwindling number of crew, sometimes you have to refill your ranks. So that's what we did. Not all of them know everything. Some know some things.
Did you bring anything back from that planet?
Other than a rash, no. Really, it stayed with our very hides.
You know it won't take me long to figure out if you're lying, right?
Well, feel free to look.
I don't need to look. I just need to scan your ship's manifest.
Scan away. Our resident new pilot keeps meticulous records. So,
I would like to meet this new pilot.
well, buckle up because it's definitely going to be an interesting one. He's may have a screw loose or two, but he's all right.
Please introduce me. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Sure, why not? Leads into the cockpit. Right here meets what?
The question is Dara in the fucking cockpit right now?
That's a good question.
I didn't know if you were referring to Scuttle or me.
I was referring to Scuttle.
Oh.
I'm hoping that Dar is hidden. But is Dar hidden?
Is Dar hidden?
If I can avoid my face being seen by potentially ISB-8, well, that one guy.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
I have no desire to be identified.
Okay. This is going to be a stealth check. Let me add my NPCs in here real quick so you guys can see who you're dealing with. There we go. I gotta create new images for the other agents because they are broken, because they're old. But yeah. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. This is going to be contested by several layers of this agent's abilities because he's not only using his eyes, he's using his computer skills at the same time.
Right,
you do have a triumph.
Mm-hmm. One triumph left.
So
I'd rather save that. If it comes to it, I'll BS my way out of it.
Roll your stealth checks. There we go. His computer check is already... you met his computer check. Let's see how his perception check does.
Huh. Never
Motherfucker.
mind.
And now I have a triumph in my pocket. Thank you.
Use the triumph.
Gibble.
Use the triumph. Use the triumph.
Do we want to use it?
Yeah,
I
use it. Use
I
it.
say hell yeah.
All right. All right. If Raul says hell yeah, I will use a triumph.
Fuck.
Okay.
2 successes, 2 advantages. God damn.
Okay.
Ow. That's mean. She's on her edge of her seat too.
Mm.
The fact that he rolled the same thing twice for 2 different abilities is insane.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, mate. By all technical accounts, because both parties met the same roll, neither one succeeded.
It's like
But-
he walks into a room as I walk out of a room, or
Exactly.
vice versa.
Exactly. You hear footfalls of several people, several individuals making their way towards the cockpit. Use this opportunity to slink away into the navigation room, where the mainframe for the astrogation computers are where they store their information, and just slip behind a wall to be out of direct line of sight. You watch as this agent in a long black trench coat walks past, followed by another agent with a medical pack on his back, make their way to the cockpit, followed by Rawl, narrowly dodging detection. Upon entry to the cockpit, Killbolt is greeted with the sight of Scuttle, a B-1 battle droid. What in the hell is this?
Oh yes. Meet our new pilot. We affectionately call him Scuttle. Because Scuttle the ship, right? Yeah, you get it. Anyway, yeah. Woo, I guess.
This is your new pilot.
Oh yeah, he's a very fucking crack shot at a gun too. Like, no mistake. He's amazing. And he was a gift from a friend of ours. We helped out on a job a while back. So here we are.
All right. Well, here's the situation at hand. I'm going to be grounding the Northbound Chimera as you have drawn too much attention to the ship with your recent escapades. So your pilot and you will be taking a new shuttle. I need you to stop drawing the ISB's attention. That being said,
You insist?
gather your things. Prepare to be relocated onto another ship. I will give you transport to wherever destination that you're heading. Actually, you can have one of our shuttles. It's not going to be as fast as the Northwind Chimera, but
Of course not. Nothing's as fast as the Chimera.
it'll get you past most Imperial blockades, at least. The ship will have Imperial transponder codes, which will help you bypass wherever it is you're going and avoid being scrutinized by the Empire any further.
See, that wasn't so hard. Already looking up.
That being said, any people that are on this vessel are going to have to exit this vessel, so it would be prudent of you to reveal anybody that I need to be aware of in case things go awry.
Well, there's nothing here. However, there is. Do you have a loader droid? We have a couple of crates of stuff that we need to bring. That's all of our equipment and all that stuff in it. So,
Is there anything in this cargo that could set off bioscanners?
I mean, there was some fresh game that we took back from Torgana. I mean, man's got to eat, right? So that might, sure.
Agent Stitch, can you assure that bioscanners that will be used could possibly be faulty in the transportation of this set equipment? Shouldn't be a problem for me, sir. I'll be able to take care of it.
Much obliged. Thank you. I mean, who are you if not our stomachs first, right?
You've been much too risky with your operations, Rawl.
Listen, I'm here, and now I'm the only contact you've got, really, that knows everything. So, might be a little bit nicer to me.
Just trying to ensure that my plans aren't compromised. That being said, I have plans for your captain, Chav. I can't risk him taking any more injuries. I can't help but notice that he's now has a cybernetic prosthetic.
Yeah, that was a dangerous bit of work. It took me up, work days on that one. Don't ask. It's a long process.
Forgive me if I don't believe you, but nonetheless, I am equipped to be able to assist him with his new augmentation. So I believe it would be in both of our best interests if the captain remained here with me. I can assure his protection and help him acclimate to his new prosthetic. Besides, there's an experimental fighter that we're working on that I would like him to be able to test.
Huh. Well, that's a nice bit of news there. He'll definitely love that. Right. As long as you feed the bloke, because he gets really fucking cranky when he doesn't get to eat. Yeah. I don't see why he would be too upset. Just take it easy on him. He's been through a lot.
He'll be under the best care the Empire can provide. You make your preparations. We will ensure on our end that your cargo will be transported safely to the shuttle. You'll be flying on a Lambda-class transport. It's going to be a little bit smaller than what you're used to. So get used to tighter quarters.
Lovely. I'm sure we'll find some use for it. It's fine. Appreciate the gift.
I'm going to need you to be a lot more careful from this point on, Rawl.
You just keep that phone handy, yeah? As soon as you get some kind of mission for us, give us a ring.
Sorry for the downgrade, but it had to be done. For the time being, make your preparations. We'll begin our work on our end.
Very well. Scuttle.
And for any other people that need to be... but any other things that could trigger life signs, make sure they're transported all in the same cargo container.
That's the idea. Right, Scuttle. Start powering down the ship. And let's scuttle the ship. Get everything that is not bolted down and let's fucking get off this bloke.
Roger, roger.
Never liked those droids. Very well. We'll begin preparations. Agent, it's time to go. Yes, sir.
While that's happening, Archie is pandering Obelisk with a bunch of questions just to try and throw him off. So what's the strongest thing you've killed?
He just stares blankly ahead at the brigade in front of him.
Oh, I didn't realise you had a thing for white, shiny bucket heads. Well, everyone's got their thing.
You begin to, as you lay on these questions, you begin to understand the designation obelisk.
Yeah. I'm just doing everything I can that Archie is known for to be as annoying as humanly possible when it comes to people of authority, especially people in the Empire. Right, I'm going, so, obelisk. Is because you're not got many suckers up here, or is it because you're compensating?
Just deadpan staring.
Yep.
Not unresponsive.
Well, I didn't realise droids could wear flesh, but here we are.
That being said, after all these lines of questions being levied against him, you're interrupted by the presence of Killbolt and Stitch departing the Northwind Chimera. Killbolt looks over at Obelisk. Inspection is complete. The cruise ship will be grounded from this point on. We will be providing them a Lambda class transport for departure, as they are as the ship is now being kept for pending investigation. Wookiee.
Droid.
The three of them begin to begin their descent down the gangplank. The captain or the admiral at the end, in front of the brigade, the two brigades of stormtroopers, very much disgruntled with the reception, and Killbolt.
As the commander or the admiral is watching them descend, Rawl is watching them go, and he catches the eye of the admiral, gives him a very fucked up salute, and goes.
To fair, seeing that, Archie just kind of waves and then just starts going. It's just both of them flipping him off in some direction, in some consideration.
You guys,
through
go ahead.
hushed tone, he just goes, "What the fuck have you just done?"
Just gather everything and put it in the container with the doctor and the captain, and we'll just wait until we get on this other ship, and I'll explain everything, I promise.
That's a shame. I was gonna make Rancor steaks tonight.
Well, yeah, throw them in the container, of course. Throw everything with any meat, all of it, all that's going in there. As they are leaving the gangplank, Raw closes the door, but leaves the gangplank down. And he I'm assuming had seen Dar duck off.
Roll a perception check.
Sure, I can totally do that.
Yeah, to be fair, while Roll's doing that, Archie is heading into the cargo hold, opens the container up, sees the doctor and the captain, goes, "I am sorry about this," and just starts shoving fresh meat and produce into.
Oh.
Hell yes.
You got Triumph, but no, you did not see him.
Damn it! All right, I'll take the triumph though.
Oh hell yeah. But yeah, that container gets filled up, and he's like, "It's the way we need to protect you."
I want to duck out of the navigation room
Dog,
with a cup
dog,
of coffee in my hand. That was
dog, where are
interesting.
you? What? Oh, fuck me, dog. God damn it. Where were you?
You guys went into the little cockpit up there. I kind of dipped into the navigation room.
Oh, good
You know,
on
it's funny how thin some of these bulkhead walls are. Insulation would be a good idea next time.
Well, this wasn't really a expedition explorer cruiser, so you get what you get. All right, just
Yep.
grab your shit and get ready to leave.
All right. I'm all set.
Raw, Raw heads the. Well, hang on. You're not going out there. You're coming with me, and leads him to the cargo container.
What?
As soon as like Archie just looks at Dar, and a massive smile starts grinning him out of his face.
You're putting me with Mr. Grumpy.
Yeah,
Just, like,
yes, of course.
grabs
Yeah.
hold of Dar, just going, "Oh, don't
And you
worry, you got some cushions." just about to start lifting him up, so you can see the amount of like meat and produce that is in the container with them.
These Rancor steaks are frozen solid. There ain't nothing I can rest my head on.
Oh, that's a shame.
Ow! God dang it!
Raw begins packing up his hammock, all his tools, any spare robot parts he can find. Puts it all in one container. Ship parts he puts in another container.
Yeah, Archie grabs a duffel bag that he carries with him from his time in the prison that he ransacked a bunch of blaster rifles and all sorts in, and he just grabs the modulated heavy repeating blaster and puts that in the other container, but then stuffs things around it so it doesn't get seen. But Roll would probably see 2 other blasters, a few stun batons, and a few other bits and pieces from an Imperial prison that gets zipped up and just put in there.
Right then, keep your secrets.
It's no secret that Wookiees either go spice run or if they rebel, they get put in an Imperial prison. Solitary confinement for 2 years.
Wild. I guess we got stories all around to tell. Anyway.
Yeah, but let's
put that stuff
just like
there.
leans down to where Dar is and goes, "You doing okay?" it's where Dar is.
He's fucking punishing the poor man.
Archie, if I get out of here, I'll make you regret it.
Sure you will, buddy. Tap that.
You guys begin your preparations for transference. A team of bulk loader of heavy cargo lifting droids board the ship and begin lifting the various compartments that you've instructed for them to carry. Granted, you can't take much because Lambda class is not that big. You take what you can and load it up onto the ship. With the 2 of you plus Scuttle, the 2 of you plus Scuttle are led by Killbolt himself to a Lambda class transport, where he graciously leads you into the interior. And this should get you by for the remainder of your whatever voyage you are on. Keep up the good work. Please, for my own sanity, please stop crossing paths with the ISB.
I'll stop as soon as they stop. I mean, what else do you want me to do? They're everywhere.
It's kind of hard when every galactic corner you tend to bump into someone who's either Empire related, ISB related, or agent related.
Killbolt looks up at you. You get no expression because of the face mask that he's wearing, but he looks up at you. I'm sorry. What is your name exactly?
Bulk.
I'm sure it is.
Just as I'm sure that that mask is incredibly painful if it's removed.
Oh, would you like to see my face?
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
It's fine. He's got a normal face. He's just, very weird. He's just a weird individual. He's just a weird man. Don't worry about it.
Mm.
All right. Roll. Hachi. Bulk.
Slave driver.
Droid.
Feel free to take advantage of the new anonymity that you've been afforded. It won't last very long. Fly on your ship. Ditch this one. I assure you that is tracking measures placed on this ship, so do not go where you wish to be found.
Oh, I will definitely enjoy setting this tin can on fire. Thank you.
Good. As for your cargo,
Yeah, it's all loaded on the quadcon on the ship. Just have a load of droid. Come pick it up, take it over, if you would.
very well. And I just got assurances now that the first cargo container has managed to bypass inspection. I hope that was the one that had the life forms in it.
Well,
I
there's
mean,
only
frozen rancor stakes. I don't really know if they can mess up scanners.
should have been the first one. There's only 3 quadcons in there. Shouldn't take too long.
All right.
You better not be messing with my field kitchen.
The Empire has better equipment for sustenance than a field kitchen.
Tell that to your Russians.
Oh, did you find one for your own consumption? Yeah, those are designed to just keep us sustained in the field for extended period of time. But that is not important. What is important is that you guys, a lot of you, maintain your anonymity, and good luck. As I'm sure you'll need it.
Hmm.
Well, that's the thing, Killbolt. We don't need it. Because we make our own luck.
Oh, is it? There's no such thing as luck.
Very well. Hope to not see you anytime soon, Earl.
Any day that I would see your masked face is a day I consider myself blessed.
We'll be in contact once the mission is ready. Safe journeys, man.
Raw leans in close to Killbolt. I need you to find my brother. I'm being 100% serious right now. Find him.
This is when he reaches up and you hear the audible psss as the mask is finally removed. We are working diligently, Roll. We will find him. Anyone that is in my sights cannot evade me for long.
If one hair on his head is misplaced, the retribution to your organization will be swift.
You have nothing to fear from me, Rawl. I protect my assets as long as they continue to serve my goals.
Rawl gives him a playful pat on the shoulder. I know that. You do your job, I'll do mine. Now,
Archie, your first time seeing Killbolt. Killbolt, very young in complexion, roughly about 28, maybe late 20s, mid 30s in appearance. Eyes, non-existent. There's just these lenses that are over top of where the eyes would be. They encompass the entire eye socket. The similar filtration system that leads up to the nostrils, a vocal augmentation that allows him to be able to communicate in various languages. There's a large CPU at the back of his head, which you would have been able to see prior to the mask being removed, but it just looks all the more odd with the face mask removed. This dude looks more machine than man, 100%.
Archie at that point just kind of goes, "Did you take a lightsaber to the face?"
No, I found my previous form lacking.
Oh.
Like I said, weird dude.
To be fair.
Tell me, if you ever need those augmentations, feel free to reach out to me. I'm fairly skilled with a scalpel myself.
I will, maybe not. Thank you.
To be fair, I kind of got everything I need, thanks.
Just not I would offer. Chav is in good hands. We'll take care of him.
Boy, you... Swear to God, he comes back with some robot brain. It's not going to be pretty, alright? It's just not.
He won't receive any more augmentations without his own volition.
Sure hope not.
Archie, it would be wise of you to forget my face outside of this meeting. Hope you're enjoying the freedom that you've been afforded so far, thanks to the individual, Gryzod. Good man.
And if he has a single hair missing, you better hope you're on the other side of the galaxy if I find out. This exchange has been pleasant, nonetheless.
No, it hasn't. It really hasn't. But, you know, it's part of the course with you, and it's fine.
And you could probably say that without the shit-eating grin beneath your mask.
Oh, he's not wearing the mask this time. This is, yeah, you.
No,
Still.
I know. He's saying that for his actual organic face.
Oh, harsh. Be careful out there, gentlemen. The galaxy is a twisted place.
Likewise to you.
With that, Killbolt raises the mask back to his place. It pops and hisses as the seal's reestablished. The audible as he draws in a deep breath, getting reacclimated to the face mask applied to his cranium, and begins to depart the Lambda class freighter or transport.
All right, let's check out our new dig, shall we?
You're not wrong. He's a weird dude.
Oh yeah, he's just got all sorts of bad vibes. I don't like him at all. Anyway, let's
Why you're practically in bed with the guy.
on the ship when we're out of here. He gestures to the rest of the hangar bay.
He just like shudders as he goes onto the shuttle.
Scuttle, you know where your job's at. Get to it. And Raw waits for the loader droid to bring all the cargo.
It takes all about this whole interaction takes about 2 hours to complete the process of offloading the cargo from the Northwind and load it onto the Lambda transport. After this final interaction with Killbolt, this was the tail end of the whole process, and yeah, only moments later you watch as this lifting droid, boards the ship, sets the cargo containers down, and begins to depart the ship.
As soon as he's off, I close the thing so the gangplank raises up, because that's the only way that the thing can close up, and I just raise the lid at that point. Is it probably safe in here to do this?
No, just wait until we're off the ship. We're just in space, free of them.
Okay.
Mind you, you managed to bring both medical droids. So the active one from Dr. Kratala has been using, and then the inactive one that you've been working on. You have all of your daily living consumables, as well as your clothes, your armaments, so on and so forth. This is a very basic Lambda class transport. Nothing special about it. They just want Killbolt just wanted to give you some type of fucking anonymity for the time being, because you've drawn too much attention with the Northwind at this point. But yeah, you're given clearance to depart the nullifier by tower control, and you guys begin your ascension out of the hangar and depart the Imperial Interdictor class heavy cruiser and enter into open space once again.
I'll wait till Roll gives me the go-ahead to lift the lid.
Rawls just kind of standing behind Scuttle, as he's just kind of monitoring as we exit the ship. Okay, waits a couple light seconds. Now.
Lift it up so I wait till the captain, the doctor, can just scramble out of this cracked container that they've been in for the past 2 hours.
Yeah, some of y'all, your guys' legs are fucking dead, 100%. It's pins and needles. The whole body, the entirety of your legs are screaming in pain.
Since that's happened, Archie will gently take the doctor out, gently take the captain out, and we'll pick up Dar and go, "Hey, buddy," give him a very heavy shake, and then put him on a chair.
God dang it, Archie! Next time you're putting in the box, I want to grab one of the frozen steaks and use it as like an ice pack.
Fair. That's fair. That's completely fair. Yeah, because it's like pins and needles, frozen meat. It was probably the most uncomfortable 2 hours for to be stuck in one container.
Yeah, you guys get resituated on this new foreign ship.
Oh, Lambda class, not bad.
Yeah,
Where'd you guys manage to steal this from?
I look at Roll at that moment. Later.
Not stole, given, but
Later.
Yeah. Oh.
With that,
the homing beacon?
Proprietor, looking at Roll, has some explaining to do out of earshot.
Got it.
okay. We're currently traveling at sublight speed. Are we taking this time to make the jump to the light speed and jump to the final destination of Raxus Prime?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. This is going to be another astrogation check.
To be fair, the captain chair is now available to you.
Well, since you put it so nicely.
This is going to be a hard check because, actually, this is the decision is up to you. You can stick by the coordinates and do a near atmosphere jump to the planet of Raxus Prime, or you can do a system jump to Raxus Prime, where you don't have to be subjected to it as hard of a difficulty. Your two choices of difficulties are going to be easy or hard. Easy will put you out in the exterior perimeter of the system, or you could be subjected to inspection by the shipyard that's over the planet of Raxus Prime. So run the risk of being hailed by Imperial ships on your approach, where you can try to evade them by exiting your hyperspace jump mid-atmosphere. Granted, to Rawl's knowledge, you guys were given some level of anonymity by utilizing this ship as a means of cloaking, because it does carry Imperial transponder codes. So you have a couple options to work with.
I'd be happy taking the easy route and then just kind of cruising our way through
Probably
with, my knowledge of...
combination-
Yeah.
Probably a combination of the second and third. Don't jump directly to the planet, but blast out the codes.
So exit on the exterior perimeter of the system. Send over your transponder codes to bypass the security presence over the planet and enter the atmosphere. Okay. All right. With that, we make our jump to hyperspace. Granted, we don't have a jump to hyperspace sound for this ship. We're just going to go with this one, which is the Nothwinds.
Oh, yeah.
And with that, boom. You are now find yourselves in hyperspace. And we can change music now that we're not as in dire situation.
Given how we're now there, giving the captain and the doctor a chance just to acclimate and be where they are, Archie's just going to be in the cockpit, just sort of like arms folded, looking out at the hyperspace lane that we're now in.
Right. I guess you're owed an explanation.
Just a tad.
Well, I guess we need to get everyone in here. And Doctor, Captain, can you come into the cockpit, please?
Yeah, you care to explain what the fuck we were just doing on an Imperial cruiser?
Well, everyone get comfy. Because what I'm about to say might be a little shocking. Let me tell you a little story about the Empire. Let's just say things are a little more tumultuous behind the scenes. Killbolt, that very charming bloke you just saw on the gangplank there, he's a part of the ISB, but a special part of it, a group that is trying to, lack of a better term, trying to stage a coup. Yeah, the certain individuals are not too happy with how the Emperor has made strides in the galaxy, especially after that last giant explosion of star killer out there. So let's just say tensions are high, and they're looking to switch heads. And let's just say the same agent has information on myself and my brother, which they have used in order to win over our services on certain occasions and helping this come about. With Chev, well, they used his debt to the Huts to get him in. Apparently, there's some secret that Gilbert knows about our past, but I doubt it really has anything, to be fair. But to play it safe, we decided to kind of toe the water a little bit. Kind of double agent, if you will. We work for him. He lets us continue about our business. It's not the most fun feeling having a noose around your neck. But as you can see, until we get a bigger ship that rivals theirs, we kind of are outclassed here.
You can't exactly negotiate with a rancor when you're in its mouth.
True enough. Which is why we need information. A little information grenade, if you will. We're on the inside, and we know everything that goes on. At least as much as he'll tell us and what we find out. We stay ahead of the game.
To be fair, he knew my name. I've never met the man before.
Well, it's not like you were trying to hide your name now, was it?
I had a crack at it.
Well, my brother and I, we've had years, and he somehow managed to find us. So.
Those mysterious agents.
So... dang ferret.
God, I love the ISB.
Yeah, well, sorry about that, mate, but...
Now you're in the shit.
Nah,
So
Shit
let me
with
get
us.
this straight. Are they helping us? Are they fighting us?
right now, they're on our side. As long as we follow their little guidebook. Say the lines.
Okay. This is news to me.
That's how they operate. They just love taking small-time people, making them do their dirty work for them.
All right. And what happens when this relationship comes to an end? We talking
Well, we
a
haven't
violent end, or are we talking a peaceful passing of the goblet and peacing out? Because what I know of the Empire, that ain't usually the case.
Unfortunately, it's us versus them right now. But I'm hoping at some point we can find some kind of insurance that can back us up here. There has several times come across my mind that we should try to join with the remnants of the Separatists. There are out there. Killbolt knows of them. Of that, I'm sure.
Could join up with the rebels.
Aye, that we could.
If nothing, to have a meat shield.
That's always handy. But right now, we got to get through this first. And he points out the at hyperspace toward where they're headed. Doctor, Captain, I promise you, should you require it, as you see, we already got through unscathed. If you feel safer, you can go with our contact that we're about to meet and go to hopefully a safe haven.
Before you speak any fucking further, who are you taking me to?
Oh, did I not tell you? Same benefactor that sent us out to Cholgana to rescue in the first place is meeting us there on Raxus.
And who the fuck would that be? Another Imperial agent?
I mean, no more than the rest of the simpletons out there trying to get an
IT's with
$1
you guys too. Holy shit! I forgot IT's there. IT would have interjected. Sorry, I completely forgot about this droid. This droid is so forgettable. Fuck.
He just stands there. Okay.
Literally.
That would be the CEO of Isotech Company, Rom, the offspring of Ropak, your previous liaison to the Isotech Company.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. What happened to Ropak? Where is he at?
That's a good question. I'm sure you can ask Rome that when we get there.
Well, if he's got any business sense like his father, then I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
Well, he was able to win Chav over, so yeah, I'm sure he can definitely cut some kind of deal with you.
If I get the slightest sense that you're turning us over to the Empire, I'm going to kill all of you. You understand that, right?
Well, you can certainly try.
Good one.
I will say I have faced quite a few creatures on several different worlds, might bigger than you.
As have I. And no, I would say also you had the chance to shoot all of us when the cards were in your favor, when you had an army at your back with droids and other people with armaments. It's just you.
And you wouldn't want to worry the good old doctor here. I mean, she's already did one operation enough. I think it's one operation too many, don't you think?
You guys aren't really good at talking down another person, are you?
No,
You're not-
definitely eager for a fight at all times.
Well, I mean, you
Well,
two
what-
aren't.
Yeah, one of us is, but then again, if you want to give me and him an excuse to show you that you're really not in control here, by all means, give us an excuse.
I think this is a good time to sit down and perform our yoga poses.
By all means, Dar, get started, unless the captain has another veiled threat he wants to throw
What?
at me and roll.
What
trying
the
to
hell is
prevent-
yoga?
It is a
Something-
strange.
No, stop. Don't. I really don't even want to know. Just
All right.
Grozard forced us to do it.
If you're all done flexing your testosterone-filled balls, can you fucking get me to where I can finally have a stable environment to work on my projects?
well, the medical bay is all. Well, shit, we don't have one now,
Nope.
huh? Fuck.
I think there's a quarter, there's a set of quarters There, gesturing to. No.
It's just a troop compartment on this ship.
It's
Yep,
there's
just
there's
one giant compartment in a cockpit.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like. It just points out to the seats. That's it.
This is gonna be a long journey, isn't it?
Oh yeah, quite a
Yeah.
bit.
I'm missing the kitchen already.
MRE.
I don't mind if I do.
Kill me now.
Yeah, you can have that swill.
I'm gonna go find a quiet corner and hopefully be able to tune out the dick flexing contest that you all are about to embark on. I'm sure. Goodbye.
I just look between Roll and the captain. Well, you guys are already losing.
Oh God. Oh my God.
With that, Captain Rel gives like this awkward pause and looks at the Dr. Krital and the two of you, and he's just like, "All right, carry on." And he just walks back into the troop compartment.
Like Archie leans out the door in that moment. I think that's the first time we've ever seen him flustered.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know either. Is that humility or embarrassment?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Nah. Like it's just like Archie just like thinks about it for a second and goes, nah.
So, are we heading to Raxus Prime to meet up with my my proprietor?
Yeah, we're already in hyperspace right now, so that's where we're headed.
Very good. I'm not familiar with the saying "dick flexing contest," but it sounds like an exceptional skill to excel at. So, congratulations on whoever was the winner of that contest. I'll find myself in the company of the captain and doctor for the time being. Good luck on whoever contends with the current winner. Goodbye. And IT
Right.
clinks away.
Archie, remind me to take a look at his programming.
You know what? Sure.
I don't know. Gives the guy a little bit of humor. Unlike you two.
Damn. Okay, Dar. To finalize this, we're going to need an astrogation check from you. If there's somebody in the navigation seat, you can have a boost
Scuttle.
to your check.
It would be Scuttle.
Okay. So go ahead and make an astrogation check. This is going to be. You're doing the easier route, so this is going to be an easy difficulty, or no, average difficulty. Sorry. The easier difficulty would be average, and then you get a boost die with your astrogation check.
All right.
3 threats to beat.
That's good for me, because crap skill for me.
Okay. So this next leg of your journey was supposed to be about 3 days. With that, with the remaining threats, there's a day tacked onto your travel. But so you guys find yourselves in hyperspace for the next 4 days.
Oh,
That being said, you have enough consumables to get you by these next 4 days. And a new ship. Is there anything you guys would like to take endeavor on in this moment for?
I'm gonna whipping up some steaks and some croissant style fries with some homemade Kashyyyk barbecue sauce.
Be hard pressed to draw up some of those ingredients, but you managed to do so with the very limited supply of consumables on the ship itself. How about the rest of you?
I guess Raw is just fine tuning the partner in a corner.
Okay. Now that you also have a new environment to work with, you find a controller that you can reasonably assume you can pair with the now remote system that you've implemented into this this hoverboard, and you take it apart, alter its motherboard, and convert it over to be a usable form of a controller for the partner. Dar, what are you doing in these next 4 days?
Good question. I'm not entirely sure what Dar's up to.
You there, buddy?
Dar's sleeping.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, that was strange. All right, cool. I say cleaning my pistol, and if the opportunity arises, if the captain's someplace and I'm in another place, I kind of want to look in that captain's bag of goodies and see if it is full of Beskar.
Well,
Okay.
I
I gotta pull up the schematics of a Lambda class ship real quick.
It's not big.
It's not.
I just, Captain, I need you to sit in the co-pilot seat while I use the refresher real quick.
Lambda class Imperial shuttle. Okay.
Yeah, it really is not that big.
Yeah,
I know.
pathetic.
I know.
We ain't working with much here. Okay.
Yeah, it's got like one cargo hold, a refresh. At least it has a refresher. At least it
It
has a
does.
bathroom.
I do see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn.
Okay. That being said, you subtly maintain a line of sight on Captain as you guys traverse throughout through hyperspace, and eventually, nature calls and he has to go to the bathroom. Go ahead and give me a.
Skullduggery?
No, this is going to be a perception check. I'm just trying to determine the difficulty of it because you got to find where he would have stashed his gear. We're going to call this a hard difficulty perception check.
All right. That is indeed hard.
Indeed, it is.
That
You only have one other triumph left in order. So yeah, you wouldn't be able to succeed if you wanted to.
Yeah, even with the other triumph bit. Yeah.
So you go over to where he was sitting. There's no pet. Go
I
ahead.
believe we have 2 triumphs, actually.
No, you used 2 to.
We had 3.
Right, and you used 2.
We used 2, and then I got 1.
Oh, you did just get 1. But that just meets the difficulty. It doesn't beat it. And I have a triumph in my pocket still.
Fine. We save our triumphs.
I mean, it's now or never because the session's about to end. We're just doing some loose knot, tying up loose ends here.
Can he get a boost die for a light point?
You can use a light token to upgrade one of your ability die and try and get another success out of that.
Yeah, I'd say do that.
Do it.
And seeing as how we got like 2 triumphs, seeing as how this is the end of the session, I'd say, yeah, use the 2 triumphs. We ain't gonna
2
use them.
triumphs and roll a yellow versus a green.
Yep.
Roll 1 yellow. That's gonna consume the first green die, the 2 advantages. Oh, you bitch.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Can I use that triumph to
That's
bump my
4
score
successes.
even further?
That's 4 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to cash in my triumph. Make that 4 failures. Still even. You guys got anything else left? What do we got?
We got the light side boost die.
What's
Yep.
Alright, you want to add a boost die?
Yeah, you got a boost die from one of the light side points.
what's the role pertaining to again? Trying to
find you motherfucker. Trying to find
The captain's bag.
captain's
Like, trying
bag.
to find the captain's bag.
I gotta figure out if I got more Beskar.
All right. So the way that this looks is you're struggling. You're struggling very fucking hard to try and find where this captain stashed this bag. You go to where he was seated. Nothing there. No sign of any of his gear. You start checking compartments, going to the overhead first, and they're like, no, if it has all this ingots in it, it's going to be too fucking heavy. He's not going to lift it overhead. And you start checking the floor lockers. And you finally come to where he stashes the bag. And you peer inside of the bag. And sure enough, 9 other ingots of Beskar.
Oh.
This dude is carrying 100,000, damn near 100,000 credits worth of ingots.
Don't do it. Don't even think about it.
what would Dar do?
I know that's the question. That's what I'm saying. Don't do it.
What would Dar do?
Good question.
Shall we
Don't
flip
know
a
if you have-
coin? We can flip a coin.
That's true. True. Very, very, very true.
Have a yes and no coin just for this occasion.
What are we flipping this for?
Whether or not Dar decides to take these bars or not.
Oh, no.
No?
Because, if one's missing, 2 missing would be a little more suspicious. Now, it's a lot easier to kill him and take them.
Let's refrain from
He is a high profile cargo. We are cargoing him at the moment. let's
What?
not.
If he were to die,
Copper,
while,
no.
while in the care of another person, it wouldn't be our fault.
I mean,
Well, let me just put it out there. You already promised pay by ROM. You're going to get money.
I'm not pretty sure that ain't 100,000 smackers, though.
We could literally buy a very high class starship with that. I
You
don't
can
know
already
why.
buy a starship with
Man.
what fucking Rawl's carrying around.
you can. We just need to get to a port that has a bunch of ships available.
Hey, man.
Hey,
luxury
man.
luxury class. All right.
Elliot, you're not helping!
Nubian yacht. All right.
You guys are unhinged.
No,
As I said,
no.
we can always flip a coin.
What this crew decides to do is going to be to be diced. So tune in next week for the continuation of the Adventure of Core Atlas on their new transportation mode of transportation, the Lambda class Imperial Transport or shuttle. Thank you for tuning in this evening. We hope you enjoyed this debauchery that has been going on. Constant threats of killing high-value targets prior to being delivered to their intended destination. It's great. It's a good time. I love it. We're having a blast here. But tune in next week for the next episode of Edge of the Empire. We are 2B Desk Adventures, and we'll see you this Thursday for Tales of Arden. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Peace.